Hey everybody, welcome to the show, Ethauntia Superstitions episode 6, Saving Evil. If you saw last episode, you know what it's about. And if you did get to see the episode, you saw the very last part with Drew, don't ruin it for the cast members. The cast members don't know what happened. They don't know what happened with Drew's character, and we're going to keep it that way. It could have been nothing. We are going to hint at some things tonight, but we are starting off right at the beginning of the day when they wake up. If you are a subscriber, you have Streamloot cards, start playing them now. They are active. And for those who don't know how it works, here's a little video for you.
Down you? Why are you standing there in plain sight? You need to hide. This place is not safe for the likes of you, especially after dark. Ah, I can see by your confused expression that you do not fully comprehend the danger you are in. Perhaps you thought to enter here and find some amusement. But you picked a poor night to come visiting, my friends. It was a night just like this that it happened. The man who lived here went stark raving mad. They say he dispatched his entire family. Sometimes you can still hear the faint echo of their screams in the dark. His spirit now haunts this place, looking for others to dispatch. He's out there, watching you from the shadows, creeping ever closer. Come here. You can hide with me. I'll keep you safe from this sound.
Make no mistakes,
Well, hello everybody. It has been a very interesting background talk between everybody. Welcome to Ethauntia Superstitions episode 6. We're starting off a little different this week. Don't worry, the intro's coming, and we're going to start with me and Regdur. We left off in a very, well, precarious situation, dangerous situation. I would also like, I'd like to know, when you fell asleep after everything we discussed last week, who did you fall asleep next to? Very important.
So I imagine us sleeping in a circle around a fire,
In the
kind of Baldur's Gate 3-ish.
Sure, yeah.
So
I mean, classic campsite.
So I rolled to see who would be on the front end of me, and it's
Okay.
Burke.
Okay. That is not a successful save. Ooh, rare blueprint. That is not a successful save. That is a failure. What is your, well, I think it is. What is your new DC? And would you like to tell the audience what it is, or do you want to keep it secret?
I think we'll keep it secret
Okay.
for right now. I will say that the camera sees Regdur like he's having a fitful sleep, and he reaches out, and you see the index finger on his right hand has a 2-inch long claw, and
Is
it's
it through your
black
glove?
at the base. I mean, if he was probably wearing his gloves to keep warm,
Yeah.
so if it
They
came
would- they
through
would
it,
break
then
through the seams.
probably.
Yeah, okay.
And you see it as he reaches out, you see his hand just kind of graze Burke's leg. And
Would you like to know the details on what you see?
I would. Oh, so well, hang on before we do that.
You know what? Even
um,
better, we'll just ask Todd what he dreamed about when we get back on the screen.
Okay.
Want to do that?
Sure, Eric. What training are you talking about for this DC?
What do you mean? Oh, if you are trained, expert, master, it would be that kind of thing. If you're a spellcaster, that would add.
So not like my wisdom saving throw or something.
No, you would be considered trained in this, so you just get a +2 to it.
Oh, okay, then it's a 14.
Yeah, which is a failure. So with that, go to sleep. With that, you
the fuck to sleep?
you get images of another place that doesn't seem like here. Like doesn't feel like Ethauntia. And you would see a maelstrom of fire. I know that for a fact. And then we're gonna cut to him and ask what it is. Then you'll have a little bit more
Okay.
information.
Okay.
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 With that, let's go to our intro. I can't wait until this comes out. I'm so excited. Well, everybody, as the camera cuts in, everything on the screen is covered in fire. There is a burning smell that can be kind of, I guess, overwhelming while you're sleeping, but that's not what the camera's on. It's not on a burning forest. It's in this unknown, faraway place. There is a man with pointed ears, with cables running down their hands and a bunch of rings on, holding a portal of fire open. And just the silhouette of Burke on the back stepping out into a Victorian house. With that, Burke, you rolled a 10 for your save, which means that, unfortunately, you wake up from a really bad dream. Burke, you're not from around here. Well, you are, but you've been gone for a while.
True.
And then you came back. And that time away was pretty harrowing. It was very Survivor, like Valheim of Ethauntia level of surviving. You were out there building, surviving, and learning your craft. The person I described is someone from your background. I believe, I don't remember if it was your mentor. I just remember there being a half-elf, female half-elf, right?
Yep.
This caster, were you close with everybody that you worked with when you were kind of not here? I don't want to give too much.
Yeah, we worked together for a few months before everything went bad, and then we had a whole year together in a hostile area, kind of,
Have
survival
you
buds.
seen any of them since you've been back, or did no one else come through as far as you know?
No, as far as we knew, we went in through this weird door that appeared, ended up in the darkest house.
Yep.
Got separated, and I stepped out with Maria.
So as far as you know,
kids.
they're in the darkest house still.
As far as I know, yes.
Wow, that's a lot of people for me to fuck around with. Cool. Great to know. With that, you wake
Gave
up.
Eric way too much
Way too
fodder
much.
with my backstory.
Actually, almost everyone here did. You wake up from a pretty bad dream. It is really warm. There is soot and smoke kind of layered on everyone as you're the first to wake up. You can see it on everyone. And it must be from the wind finally blowing back this way. Also, up to your bedroll, it is wet as water has flooded the front of the cave. And with that, I'll take us to the group as everyone is waking up. As you all wake up, it's a combination of a smell of moistness and mold and burning ash, like wet house, like after a firefighter puts out a house, that kind of wet wood burnt smell. As you all wake up the next morning, no one else is there. I will tell you that it is warmer than it was the night before. You still need winter clothes. It's about like 5 to 10 degrees, but it's not in the negatives anymore. And out through the tunnel, you can see that the valley is flooded. And I mean flooded. You're on an incline up into here, probably a good 2 foot above the valley floor. The Duragara wakes up, or the deep dwarf, and kind of looks around a little bit. Did you guys bind him for the night? I don't remember what the final answer was for how to treat this survivor. Because if I remember correctly, his hand's still tied shut.
His hand is bound, yes, but I think we took shifts to make sure that I think we slept in shifts.
Okay. Do you know his name?
I feel like we asked because there was a moment where we were like, oh shit.
He told you the clan he was from. He's from the Forgotten Clan. I don't think he gave you his name.
I thought he introduced himself formally to Kelly's character. Or did he not say it?
I don't think he did. I could be wrong, but I do not have his name written down out of here, other than you guys found the Dark Fatalis skull with horns, the Dark Fatalis horned skull. The fire, the cryptid that showed up, which we just had another one of the cryptozoologist cards played, and you found him, and his hand was tied shut, and he said he was from the Dwarven Forgotten Clan, and that pinged for the two siblings, but I don't think you got his name. With that, I'm going to slide him up, and I will put him on screen he's here. His name is Willcliffe. He's one of the clanless. Very long, narrow faces. They're not... Duergar are a little different than regular dwarfs. Yay, drink. Duergar are a little different than regular dwarfs. They're a little more slender. Most of the time they train to be this way so they can crawl through all the cracks and holes that you find in the deeper parts of the world. He's got an overcoat that's kind of got single button over. It's a heavy wool that he's found somewhere because he was not wearing this yesterday. Remember, he was just wearing like linens and you gave him a bedroll, but he's now wearing a jacket. I know you left me to sleep all night, but can we do something about this?
Right, yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
The players, you should be able to see him in the NPC section on this map. Willcliffe. Or Willcuff, sorry, not Cliff. Willcuff. Should be in NPC.
Okay. Yep. Dracula-looking motherfucker.
Okay.
Yeah, he has red eyes. His bottom lip is a little warmer now. It was pretty frostbitten before because they've been sitting outside and next to nothing. Do you, how do we do this? I don't want to lose the hand. That's not an option.
No, of course not. Let me see what I have to try and get that disarmed. He's going to go into his pack.
Okay.
And he's going to take out a file from one of his tools. His dad is back to everybody, and he's going to try and file this nail off, or at least file it down so that it's not in the way of
I get you.
dexterous stuff.
I will say, are you doing this in the open?
No, he's going to go over to his pack with his back to everybody and try and yeah.
What's a passive perception for the group, just in general?
15.
Okay.
21.
21.
Do you want me to roll a stealth since I'm trying to do this discreetly?
Sleight of hand, actually.
Sleight of hand?
Thievery.
Under thievery. It's just in case you have any bonuses to it. When I say like sleight of hand or something like that, it's because they fall under other skills. They're just one of the actions you can do under the skill.
Got it.
So thievery kind of encompasses a couple of things now.
Okay.
Oh boy. What could go wrong?
23.
23. Okay. I will give the option for people here to play passive focus just because there's a random here, if anyone would want one. One, he's wearing a jacket, and he didn't have one when he came here. And none of you own this jacket. It's not like you took one from your pack. It doesn't even look like it's from here. Is anyone wanting a passive
noticed
focus?
that, so yeah, I'll do it. I'll throw a passive in.
How many people want one? We have 7 or 8 of them. How many you want to spend?
I'm already very suspicious of this guy.
So 2 then? 2 people are doing it? All right, so we'll use KJ's and we'll use serving hands. Remember,
+2, right?
Correct. Passive focus gives you a +2.
Okay.
With that, you would notice your brother kind of in his pack going through stuff. Not too odd. He comes back with tools to look at the guy's hand. What's the game plan, I'm assuming, right, Rector?
Yeah.
He's wearing a jacket. Looking over it, it looks like it's probably from maybe the True Faith. You don't see any logos on it or anything like that. No symbols, but he is definitely wearing a military motif.
Oh.
So the coat is new. Where did that come from in the middle of the night?
Oh, I made it.
You made it.
It's correct. Yes, I made it. It's
Out
the
of
same
what,
reason.
hope and stone?
Well, if you want to consider faith hope or magic hope, sure.
Oh, magical. All right. Interesting.
Sort of, yes. It is definitely magical, but I brought it to me from the campsite. Now, a campsite's like a quarter mile from here.
Uh-huh. All right.
Eric,
Yes.
do we know whose shift he got the jacket during?
Ooh, you're 1, Drew's 2, Regner's 2, Burke's 3, and then 4 will be Maria. Let's look and see whose shift it was during. 1, your shift. So with your passive perception card, he was laying down. He was the first to go to sleep. Lay down out of you to go to sleep, and he's exhausted. You would hear him scratching on the stone. If you ever checked it during the night, he drew a glyph in the ground to sleep on. And then about, 30 minutes later, he rolled over in the bed and his bedroll, and he had a coda.
Could I roll occultism or arcana to see if I recognize
This
him?
is arcana, actually. Very good call.
Okay. That's a 13.
You have never seen someone transport items from somewhere. There was no magical glow. He was covered up, so if it happened, he did it pretty well underneath it. But the glyph itself is not on the ground anymore. When you go back and look, right now, it would not be there.
Okay. My main thing is I'm wondering if Georgia would have seen this as a threat and done something
well, all
about
you
it,
saw was the glyph,
or-
and it wasn't magical. There was no, if you use detect magic during your shift, it doesn't glow or anything. But when the next morning it's gone, the etching on the ground is gone, and he's wearing clothes. And when he rolled over, it went from his linen to a coat. So unless you woke him up during that, you have no idea. It was definitely magical. You could ask about it, but you didn't see anything. No actual magic. That is the best real world magic trick this character's probably seen.
Okay. Gotcha.
So with that, he holds his hand out and he goes, "Look, I'm going to be honest with you, dwarf. If you blow my hand off, I'm going to be no good to you."
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to try and blow your hand off because that means we're all going to go up. It's a very close confined space.
Wouldn't it make more sense if we found a body of water and I put my hand in it and took it out quickly? Or a bucket or something like that it could go into to contain the explosion. What are you going to do? Pull the teeth through my hand?
Well, no.
You don't have a way to do that. Or do you?
Well, I don't know. Can I fucking look at it first? I don't know what it is.
You can tell he's really worried about this because he's watched all of his friends blow up in the last combat.
Listen, from what little I know about explosives, obviously the closed hand is the worst. Wait for something to go off in it. If you ever held a pop snap in your hand as a kid, or if you hold open hand, it's much better. Now, I will say this. The valley's flooded, apparently. That's fucking great. We could use the water in there.
I woke up in the middle of the night. You were tossing and turning, and the valley started flooding. I'm guessing it's from the snow on the plateau.
Yeah, probably that. Well, the water's there. We could try and use it. I just don't know how effective my tools are going to be
what about a
displaced
tree
in
trunk
water.
with a hole?
What, to funnel it?
Yeah, to stick it in and drop them and back off.
Wait, hold up. Hang on. Are you holding something?
I'm holding the fucking teeth.
Kelly, you're muted.
I thought that when I saw it the first time, I thought it was the hand itself that blew up. I knew that it was holding teeth, and that was like a shrapnel thing that happened.
That causes it.
So while they're all arguing about the how to disarm the tooth trap in the dude's hand,
yeah,
I'm gonna use my arcane sense to cast detect magic.
Okay.
30-foot emanation. Send out a pulse that registers the presence of magic.
Okay.
I receive no information beyond the presence or absence of it. You can choose to ignore magic you're fully aware of, just as the magic items and the ongoing spells of you and your allies. So, just to like kind of send out a pulse, just to see like what's happening with his hand. Like
there is definitely a magical aura in his hand. There's very little leaks of light that come out, and his vest doesn't glow at all like that. But there's some of the thread, like in the shoulder. The areas that are damaged, that it's sewn shut on his coat, those glow. The thread itself does.
Okay. So I received no information beyond the presence or absence of magic.
Yep.
Okay.
Anything past that's an Arcana, Occult, Religion check if you have an idea of what it is. Arcana would be the situation here, but I can just tell you there's magic present. You didn't see it casted, and it's been too long to know what it is, and his hand's fucking shut, so unless you got X-ray vision.
No, it was just like, because of the spell. I was reading the spell and trying to figure out,
they changed it up for sure.
Yeah, so Maria kind of shrugs and is like, well, I mean, that's... Whatever it is in his hand is, it's magical. Like, I can see it, but it's not leaking out that much, so I don't know.
Will it eventually go away, you think? Do you think the magic will die?
I'm not sure. I'd have to keep an eye on it.
Are you strong enough to unweave the fabric of the magic? And he kind of looks around to the group.
Well,
I am not.
I'm not. Georgia.
Georgia looks down at her nails and goes, oh, God forbid he gets help from a circle of time for a third time.
Look, I was irritable last night. I hadn't slept. I apologize. All right. My name is Wilcuff from the Clanless. Obviously, your clan and mine don't get along. But, in the situation, bygones be bygones. Now, fucking what are we doing?
Georgia is gonna cross over and take a look at his hand, and I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic.
You motherfucker! You have Dispel Magic? No. This level! What level's Dispel Magic now?
2.
Rank 2? Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Look at me, Pathfinder. Wasn't big enough. Pathfinder, what were you thinking when you gave players Dispel Magic at rank 2? I get it. Oh, they can get rid of magic in an earlier, and I get it. It's based on the level of the rank. Why would you do that to me? It's never been automatic. It's always been a roll. Oh, Pathfinder, you motherfuckers. Anyway. Cool, Allie.
Counteract checks are iffy.
Come on, how does this work? Me and you.
Counteract roll.
Yeah.
So.
Is it versus the difficulty, and how do I set the difficulty for this spell?
That's a wonderful question, my friend.
I'm assuming it's the caster level, caster's DC, caster DC as my guess, but
yeah, that's what I would think.
Is that what it is? She was getting screwed. Thanks, Stardrew. I agree. So what's your roll? What do you got to do here?
I'm assuming that it's going to be plus my spell casting modifier.
I don't know. You're looking at the spell, not me.
Yeah, it has very limited information.
Let's go to the... I am never one to pull a book open and look at things, but fuck this spell. So... What page is it in the... What page is it here? Let's see here. Let's go to spells. Spells. Dispel magic. I do like the little tabs on the side of this book. I like that. The book is laid out really well now. Dispel magic. 120 foot. 1 spell effect. Unravel the magic behind the spell or the effect and attempt to counteract check. So counteracts on 431, like Todd said. If you successfully counteract the magic item, it becomes a mundane item of its type for 10 minutes, so enough to get it out of the hand. All right, I take my words back, Pathfinder. This is a better version of Dispel Magic. It's not as bullshit as it used to be. You fixed it. Thank you. I eat my words. I take that back. I take that back. All right. So the counteract spell or counteract action. Nothing like learning new stuff for the remaster, everybody. How hard is this to do for her? Counteracting. I had the DC. Okay, it's based on level. And then what check do you make?
It says that it says to add the relevant skill modifier or appropriate modifier to your check.
It'd be Arcana.
Target's DC.
Arcana. Yep.
Ooh, no. Okay.
It's magic. It's Arcana. Because you're dispelling an arcane-based spell.
Modifier is your spellcasting attribute modifier plus your spellcasting proficiency bonus.
Oh, well, look at you, you lucky bastard.
Which is the same as her spell attack.
Yeah,
same
it's
as
your spell attack. Yeah.
I was so much happier when it was Arcana.
Okay,
I think-
it's still not awesome. It's only a 14.
Let me start at the top of this list and put IOU. IOU for this Durgar. He already owes you twice for saving him. Let's see if it's a third time. Roll D20.
Yes, I got a 14.
Are you happy with that?
No.
Would
No.
you like to use patch? Do you have? Did you or you could use a keeper's eye?
Mm,
Oh, that's focus.
right
Sorry,
now.
I lied.
Not right
I
now.
lied. You could make a
I will-
superstition.
I'm gonna go ahead and cash in my patch.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't want to make a superstition this early.
I think a superstition right now is totally fine. So patch 1. All right. Go ahead.
Way better. Way better. That is a dirty 20.
Oh, that is high enough. I will say, Maria, while you have your detect magic up, you see the magic wane and go away. Her spell goes off, and then you see the magic in his hand disappear.
Then I look, I'm like, Georgia, I'm not quite sure how long it's going to last, but it was successful. So whatever you're going to do with these teeth, or whatever they are, I would suggest probably putting them somewhere else for the time being.
He
Quick,
goes,
the water.
yeah, it's going to go away from me. And he walks out, and you hear him start trudging through the water, and you hear a whoo, and he throws it, and you hear of teeth in the water. Okay.
All right, on that note, I think that we should go ahead and get out of here.
What is your name?
Me?
Yeah, the person who just saved me for the 3rd time. I know you're a Circle of Pine, but
Georgia.
I told you guys. Georgia, again, thank you. And I am not a poacher. When he opens his hand, he's got like indentations and stuff on it, but he also has a glyph on his hand.
What's that?
This is my birthmark. It allows me to spells as a deep dwarf. It's not common for our people to be able to use magics. It's not since the Sundering.
I see. You made one of those on the ground last night, eh?
Yeah, I can access the magical lines found in the mountains and use it to summon magics. I myself don't carry any magic, but I can draw upon magic.
Very interesting. I'd like to know more at some point.
You and me both.
Either way, we should probably make haste.
Yeah, how long does that last? As you guys are talking?
Not long enough, and Georgia's gonna like grab her stuff and start packing up.
So you guys
and-
gonna break camp?
Yeah.
Are you gonna trudge through the water? Or are we gonna like climb up the cliff edge and go across the plateau? And is anyone still wounded from the combat yesterday? Did anyone hit health?
I have one stamina point. I have one stamina point left.
So we have some medical science cards. If anyone would like to make a medicine check, the way we're doing medicine in this game, you medicine healing and the chart is 1 die less. That's all we're doing to change it for Ethauntia, just so it doesn't feel like fucking magic. It's not Nora stitching someone in half back together through a window. But we do have medical science cards, which will help. That gives you 1 extra die of healing. So whatever you roll, you'll get an extra die on top of that. We'll use one of the medical science ones. Are you doing this yourself, or is someone doing it to you?
I think I'd go ahead and do a medicine check on myself.
All right.
It's a 13.
That's not very good.
No, especially because I have a plus 11 to my medicine.
Yeah, you start patching up, but you're pretty fucking wounded. Is anyone aiding her? Because if someone aids and can get a +2, she'll be successful.
I am definitely
would,
not the
but
person to aid for medicine.
I'm not trained in medicine.
You are messed up. You are not feeling good. Your stamina is healed. You could use a spell to heal the wounds if you had it, which you don't. Do you have potions in the morning you can use? Or do you have a talisman that heals?
No. I have a talisman that helps me if I critically fail a medicine check, but no. I should have a potion left, though. I think I should have 1 more.
I mean, or we just go with that superstition or a patch from the audience.
I'm fine with just using my last elixir of life, minor.
Okay, you're not going to save that for the upcoming issues? In case there's conflict?
Whether it is now or later,
Okay.
my health is my health.
All right, just making sure. All right, use that last potion, heal yourself up. You see her try to patch herself up. The wound's too deep. She's got a pretty bad gash on her bicep that just stitching is not working for her. Chugs a potion. You see it kind of knit itself back together. You put a poultice over it and keep it, from seeing the elements. And then I'm going to ask the group, which way are you going? You going north up the mountainside? Or are you going to go through the water? And also, doesn't medicine take time? Pretty sure medicine has a time frame on it. No, it's just once. It's just per hour. Okay, got it.
Eric, Discord.
Oh no, I don't like that. Well, while I'm looking at Discord, what would the party like to do? Yep.
So we're not kitted out for swimming.
You are not kitted up swimming. The Wilcuff says it looks like it's about to my hips. And it's going to be muddy, which means we're going to sink. So I will say up here, the plateau is primarily stone within the first 30 foot or so to the ledge. So
We're probably better off climbing then, in my opinion.
I don't disagree.
Hey,
All right.
you right?
So as you go out, set up, someone's going to lead the climb check to get up. It's not a very high cliff. Or if you take your time to get up here, one person can lead. And as long as they're successful, they can set a rope and everyone can kind of get up. We're not in a threatening situation. Where you're at right now, it's only like a 30-foot climb, so it's not super deadly. I'm not too worried about a 30-foot climb for this group.
Some of us have rope, right?
Some of them have climbing kit. Someone has a climbing kit, right?
I had the climbing kit, but we
That's back
left
there.
my 100.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
right.
no,
I
no,
have
we
one too.
left the rope. I kept the rest of the harness and everything.
Well, I've got
So-
rope.
Okay, then I'll attach my grappling hook to that and toss it up. And
So you toss it up, and as everyone's climbing, Burke, you feel like you did not have the most restful sleep. You currently have fatigue of 1. And the dreams, or I should say nightmares that your character has, or memories or PTSD for being trapped in that place for so long, are kind of flashing back. Maybe it's the darkest house memories. It could be your time away from Ethauntia and from Ingrad, but it was not restful. So that means that it's a -1, I think, the AC and saves for fatigue.
Yeah, I can read right here. -1 status penalty to AC and saves. Can't use exploration activities performed while traveling, such as those on pages such and such.
So that means during this, you're
I
just
need-
kind of hanging with them and not doing.
I need a full night's rest. That's right.
Okay. With him being fatigued and needs a full night's rest, Wilcuff goes, look, I understand that you want to maybe do that, but I need to get to my companions. Are you able to join us, or do we need to leave you here?
I can keep up, but it's all I'm going to be able to do.
Well then, I guess I'll take his place in your party or pack for however you travel. What do you normally do? As you guys are like setting people and climbing up the rope to go up the mountain. Like, what are you responsible for during exploration? That's what he's asking you. During travel.
Oh, what was I doing? Was I scouting? No.
You were assisting a lot with
assisting. Yeah.
Aiding,
Assisting?
Really.
If it's finding the way, I am very good at that. I was the tracker for the poachers that we talked about. Not a poacher myself. He like reclarifies. I can help. Who's leading then? I'll give you a hand. Does he like boost the next person up the mountain?
That'd be me.
All right, then let's go. Stay near the ledge, not within 10 foot. I've traveled this enough. It's all stone. We shouldn't sink up here. And the snow is still good here. The end of it, like the edge, that drift that was kind of rolling over is all melted in. And near the ledge, it's melted. You can see stone. But the rest of the area is still snow on this south half.
I'll find a probing stick and kind of lead with that. And
Yep. And he follows suit.
survival of a 28.
All right, I'm going to try to aid you, so we know he's good at this. Okay, he does aid. Makes us 15, +1. As you
so
travel,
29.
travel is about a mile to the bridge. I'm going to give you a survival bonus card, so you hit a 30.
Okay.
Okay. While you're traveling, you know that going this way, there's definitely 10 sets of footprints tracked through the snow. They're partially buried. They've probably been this way a few days earlier. He explains that, yeah, we set them out. I came back to bring the poachers to us. They were supposed to be trading with us with food. But the bridge leads to an old, I believe, an entrance into the mountain. I'm not 100%. But we believe it might be a way for us to find our old home. We think. We were supposed to come trade. When we got there, we were jumped. We're currently set up outside the gates when I left. I brought some gales to pay the poachers to assist us in taking back the entrance. You all saw how that happened and what that turned out like. I didn't expect that goat cryptid demon thing to show up out of nowhere.
You said there were 5 of them.
The poachers? Yeah, there was 5.
No, wait. Did he? I thought he said that there were 5 goat things.
Yes, there are
Yeah.
5 of them. Yes,
Goloflins.
there are 5 of them, and there were 5 poachers.
Right. Well, we've only taken out 2, so
You see no tracks of them with that 30.
okay.
No
I
tracks.
don't see any tracks.
No tracks of poachers, or no tracks. Period.
Past the
No
poacher, like where the 4 poacher people were found. He's like, the other poachers are dead that way, heading north to the second area where that other goat creature came from. The other 2 were at the camp across the valley. I don't know where the 5th one is. I hadn't seen her. And we used Nessie's card for the survival.
And that one's the one that threw you off?
That is correct, yeah.
Right.
Wearing the face of some woman, it was real creepy. Stretched out over his muzzle. As you guys are like walking along the cliff edge, it's middle of the day. It's sunny out. It's hitting a peak of like 10. The trees are overgrown, so you have some shade going through here. You do find the 10 like sets of footprints heading to the bridge. As you break towards the bridge, I'm going to say 100 foot out as you break the pine trail. The bridge is down back into the valley. There is a kind of like makeshift path that you can get down pretty easily. No roll or anything. You can walk down it. And then from there, it's probably like another, I'd say 100 foot to the bridge. I'm going to pull up the map. Since we're during the day, I'm going to change it to the day one for you all. Okay. Are we scouting? Are we kind of breaking at that break in the pine forest to watch for a while? Or are we just marching down there? What is the group's plans on seeing the bridge? Now, I have it so you can see it, but the audience can't see the map yet. This is the entrance. Yep. Right there. What's the plan?
Well, Wilcuff knows the area, yes?
No, I've only brought people here. I know of the bridge. I've never crossed it. Down below is an old rushing river during the summers where we used to fish, but no one crosses the bridge. They deemed it too dangerous. I don't think it's actually dangerous. Just part of the bridge is crumbled, but if it's dwarven's craftsmanship, that'll survive.
Oh, I see.
I think I need to... I can't find the map. I need to refresh alchemy.
Just do it. You don't have to tell me.
So we saw the giant moth thing come this way.
It landed on the opposite side of the valley, burned everything up. You guys fled, and you saw it head west towards where the bridge is. But you don't see it in the area currently. That is correct, though. You did see it head this way.
And the area itself, does it look like it's been melted or scorched at all?
No, frozen over.
Okay.
It has not stopped snowing, though. So it's possible if you get closer, maybe there's some, like, ashes somewhere you could see, but from 100 foot, no.
Okay.
Have we passed the tree that it landed on yet?
Yeah, that way back, you would have passed.
Way back.
And he didn't land on it. He was behind it and lit it on fire and was fanning it. It's burnt to the ground.
Oh, I thought he was like perched on it and wafting the flame
other way.
through it.
He lit it and then was wafting the flames off the tree.
Is that tree standing at all?
No, it's gone all the way down to the husk. There's like barely a stump left. You would have to climb back down to go to it. And it would probably be underwater at this point because there's like 2 foot of water there.
Okay.
But that's way back. That's like a mile back.
Okay.
Good question. Yes, it's there. On the trip back, you could look at it.
Okay. Yeah, he would have taken a peek from where he was at it.
Submerged.
Yeah. Probably post up for a second when we get within view of the bridge just to take it in and see if there's any movement around it at all before we move on.
There is a tent out front, pretty large, probably like a 4-person to 6-person tent from your 100-foot distance. You are up about, at this point, the cliff comes up, and you're about 70 foot up. But there is a path you can kind of weave down back into the valley. They would see you coming. There's no way around it. You'd have to go way out and around to not be seen, as a heads up.
So the bridge is between, it's over the valley, right? The valley doesn't lead
the valley
to the bridge?
ends to the bridge.
Okay. So do you have a way to signal your people?
Well, yes, I do have a gem whistle that I could use, but with what I have seen, the last thing I want is for notice to be taken by the creatures that are here. You know what I'm saying? It's too dangerous.
No. Yeah, I understand that. I'm just, I don't want to get pot-shotted on the way down with you.
I don't think that'll happen if I go first and say you're with me.
All right. Just with what's happened, if they see people approaching, I just don't want them to fight it first and ask questions later, you know?
Well, let's thank God we have some shift emotions.
Attitude cards.
Attitude cards.
As we're walking down, I I'm not the best tracker, so I at least want to tell Redgear about the tracks that the Golaf will make.
Oh, the 2 hoofs and the 2 hands?
Yeah, the 2 hoofs and the 2 hands.
He says, one of the goat, out of the 5 that I saw, the goat demons, all of their limbs were humanoid. Boots and everything.
Really?
Yeah, it was unnerving.
Disgusting. Aye. That ain't.
I don't know if it's unnerving as exploding teeth, but it's up there.
I mean, this whole place is really shitty. Well, let's be honest.
You guys are
right now.
present.
It's pretty
Should I
bad.
Should I introduce you to the rest of the clans?
Certainly.
So he'll go down first, and he says, "Give me like 50 foot." Just
all right.
so you know. So he'll go in. You'll be at like where the valley ends and where all the snow and ice starts again, because it's kind of uphill to the bridge, and you're walking past the water. So the valley's almost like a riverbed now, like a small 2-foot riverbed. He walks down. They're talking back and forth. You see some people eyeing you. One woman walks out of the tent, walks up to him, and they're talking normal at first, and then it turns into like a shouting match. And then he starts walking back towards you.
Okay. We'll stay at the 50-foot mark once he stops moving.
Look, I'll be honest with you. They're fine with everybody but the Circle of the Pine. I tried to convince, said she saved me 3 times. They said, that's great. You should have killed her after the 3rd time. I'm being honest with you to let you know. I told them that's not my way. I want to bring her up anyway. Even though she's saying no. And Kipple is an ornery dwarf, to say the least. She is the reason that... Yeah, the reason you think so poorly of us is a person like her.
Oh, got it.
But
That's great.
I know she can be swayed.
Well, let's see what we can do.
But I don't know how.
I mean, does she have the same opinions of those from the Never?
I'll be honest with you, I keep my distance from her. We don't get along the best. Her and her husband, which he's near the gate. And you can see other dwarves around him at the gate. Now they're sizing it up. And I will say at this 50-foot mark, you start to notice that the walls facing towards you, the eastern walls, have moths on them in the shadow.
Can I roll?
Not in the sunlight, in the shadow.
Could I roll
Actually,
an
How
also
impulsion?
big?
depictions of moths.
Normal sized. Like
Okay.
big, I shouldn't say normal sized, palm sized moth, like big death head moths, big. But it's a wall of them. At first you thought it was shadow. Then you see one move. And I will
So
pull
they
it
are
up
real
on
moths.
they are real moths. I'll pull it up on screen. At this distance, if anyone has a passive perception of 18, I can give them more info.
My passive is 19.
They are tiger ray moths. They're just babies. But they're white and not red. That, without a check, you've never seen.
Could I roll either an occultism or even a dwarven or mountain lore?
Nature.
Nature? Oh, yeah.
They're
we can do
naturally
that.
occurring creatures.
Let's go.
I'll assist. At least I'll try
Yeah,
to.
you guys are pointing and talking, yeah?
I do not assist. I only got a 10. Go ahead.
I rolled a 23.
23. I'll tell you this. A few of them is not dangerous. A group of them is very dangerous. And the reason they're not red is they are born from the ashes of a fire tiger moth.
Okay.
And they
when you say that,
consume anything living that walks into the shadows. There are easily hundreds of them.
Wow, okay. George is gonna lean in and just go, but regardless of how far we get on this bridge, nobody go into the shadows, okay?
He's like, "What? You see one of the undead?"
No, it's
And he starts
Maybe-
looking around.
It's the moth, right? Hey,
carnivorous.
I'm
With
sorry.
the,
Well, they're carnivorous moths.
Yeah.
I've seen the ones that eat rust around here in metal, the tiger rays, but ain't none carnivorous.
Yeah, they will eat anything living that happens to make its way into the shadows.
Oh, shit.
One or
it's
two,
just-
that's one thing, but yeah, and those numbers.
All right,
That's
wait,
a
hold
lot
on.
of
Hold on.
Done like
What if
that.
you were to tell her about this? Maybe we can win her over.
that's a good idea. Maybe just chalk up another win for all the dwarves. on the other
Would
side.
she even listen?
What is she gonna do? Attack you? Look, you got y'all are here. I don't
You
think they're
just
gonna
said
fight you.
she is the reason.
Stay in the daylight.
that-
Look, we ain't good in the daylight. All right. She's not gonna feel
Let's-
the same. She's been hiding in her tent. Her eyes haven't adjusted. Trust me. But worse, it's a shouting match. You're a dwarf. Shouting should be normal. Like that's a normal thing that all dwarves do is shout.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, without a family, it was, yeah, second nature.
So, try, right? Unless we want to leave her back here by herself, or a couple of you stay back and only one of you come up. Who's the best, who's the suavest? And he, like, looks through the group, like, trying to find the right words.
The most people-friendly person you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right. He puts the butt of his rifle on the ground and puts his arm up on the axe and said, "It's not me. I'll stay here."
Yeah, I didn't think it was you or the girl with the whip. I didn't think it was her either. What
Brooks
about you?
stands on his knees. He's like,
Diplomacy
Oh, fuck.
doesn't get you very
So
far in the Never Never in the Winter Courts.
Oh, yeah. He's just panting right now, dripping sweat,
Fucking that.
5-degree weather.
Finally catching his breath from the trek.
just,
He goes, so, and he, like, his eyes slowly, and the camera follows, and it pans, and it settles on Allie's character. Are you the talker?
Me? Okay, out of character. Charisma's my dump stat. I have a -1. Hell no. Hell fucking no. Absolutely not.
Christ.
He goes, so I'm the talker? Oh, man, we are so fucked.
If we need someone to try and intimidate them into listening,
Sure, fuck it. Fuck it. I mean, what could be worse? What could be worse? What could be worse? And he starts walking towards him like that's the end of the conversation. Like his hope went from here to like off camera. And he starts walking towards his hands up. He's like, look, and dwarven, and it's got like an underslang to it. He's like, we're all coming in. We're all coming to talk to you. And a little bit of like that rednecky vibe comes back when he starts speaking dwarven again versus common or Cadraic. And they start yelling back at him. He's like, well, then you can stay in the fucking tent. And sure enough, she walks back into the tent. I rolled a 19 on the die to intimidate her. She went back in the tent. Come on. And Cadraic waves you all up. With that, the group starts kind of making their way up. I will put you all on the screen. I love that I added the backgrounds, Todd, after the PNGs. I didn't the first time, and then I did. I was like, oh, God, they actually stand out now. We can see them. You couldn't see the tokens before.
okay.
Because they're just silhouettes of black. So he will walk up with you. He has background matches too. And these two watch the tent. A gentleman with a really long beard. He's slender, wide shoulders, kind of weird T-shape to him. He walks over as well. And then another one of the guard walk over. And you see the moths flutter and the shade as they get near the shade. You see the... Oh, look it. This is Yimpal. This is the husband to Sipple. We are the clanless. There are more men that have snuck in the gate because I don't see the rest of them unless they're out hunting. He just kind of nods. He goes, why in the fuck did you go in the gate before I got back? And they start yelling in Dwarven again. Besides Regder and Georgia, does anyone else speak Dwarven?
I don't.
They start yelling at each other in Dwarven. And back and forth. So if one of you are translating, he's like, you let them go in by themselves, which means they're going to die inside. We're going to be short people, and we're never fucking making it to the door. He's like, I apologize. They refuse to speak any form of a surface language. They believe that their magics won't work if they give up their tongue. I tried to explain to him that that is hearsay and bullshit. So,
Damn superstitions.
yep. He says, what I can do if you are all willing to stand in a circle, I can make it so we can communicate. If you're willing.
I mean, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
So
Are they
Same.
really?
he starts dragging that stick he has in a circle around everybody, and he scrapes away the center, and he puts his palm on the ground, and he wraps his fingers a few times, and there's a little glow, and then it fades immediately. All of you, while in the circle, can speak Dwarven for the next 10 minutes if you don't already speak it, and you can understand it. It's a weird feeling. Your feet feel almost like they're magnetically attached to the ground, like pulled to it. Like if you lift your foot, it's like 3 times harder than normal, but you're not trapped. There's no wool. He goes, whoever wants to talk. God, we're so screwed. Whoever wants to talk, go right ahead.
Greetings.
Dwarf.
Name is Dwarf. Name's Regder. This is my sister Georgia. She has something she'd like to pass on to y'all.
No,
With
yeah.
your,
Is it a ticket?
No, as he
Fine.
looks up at all the moths and he's like, no, it's more about not getting your flesh eaten off by the things above us here.
What do you mean?
He
Are you not
points.
familiar with flesh-eating moths?
No, I'm familiar with a lot of flesh-eating things, like the undead we found here that are praising some multi-eyed creature. But no, I'm not familiar with flesh-eating moths. Fire ones, we encountered those.
Right. The babies, apparently, like to eat a lot because they're small. Georgia?
Oh god. Oh wait, it's getting closer. Okay, just don't go in the shadows and you'll be fine, but fuck. Okay. Georgia's gonna look up at the sun. I want to see how many hours of daylight we have before the shadows shift over the entire bridge.
So it's what? Rays, sun sets in the what? West?
Yeah.
You're
Yes,
in the
west.
morning. It's about overhead right now by the time you've gotten here through the snow and trudging. Probably 2 before the shadows are gone. And they're gonna have to move inside of the keep. Or no, sorry, I take that back. No, the shadow will extend further. Probably 2 hours before it's on the tent.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, I got 2 hours at best
Until
before
what?
these little guys consider you dinner.
You're fucking joking, right?
No, I wish I was. I wish I was.
Just incinerate the motherfuckers. And he goes he starts walking towards the tent. The guard does. And he walks in and he steps out of the circle, and you can see like little faint like trails of dirt on him. He gets to the tent. He's like, says something in Dwarven. The 2 dwarves understand. He's like, give me the fucking flask of fire.
Can I roll another nature to see if this is a
Well,
good
I was going to
idea?
tell you, you get 2 questions with your check. I just didn't let you do it yet. I was going to let you ask him while you were in conversation.
Perfect. What happens if you set them on fire?
Not a goddamn thing.
Cool. George is gonna yell out and be like, no. That's, then we're just gonna have moths that will burn you while they eat you.
I'm sorry, what?
They're called.
Okay, you know, the fire moths.
Yeah. I understand, but why?
Think of these as undead fire moths. Fire's not going to do shit for them.
They ain't undead, though.
I don't know if they're not. They're born from the ashes.
Shit.
Look.
Never mind, lady. And he starts walking back. And look, this argument in time in the circle is not. I don't want to argue about the moss. Let's move the tent. But once night falls, you're fucked anyway. So we need to move in and light the torches and create light, is what I'm hearing here.
Yeah,
Well,
but
they're-
don't forget that light can just create larger shadows.
So
Okay.
while they're arguing
Mhm.
in Dwarven, I'm gonna move like right to the edge of the shadow because I think the tiger ray will fall within my 30 foot. I'm
Sure.
gonna activate my arcane sense again
Okay. They
to see
are
if I
not
can
magical.
They're not magical. Okay.
Just creatures.
Okay. It's
But
more
I
like if
will
there's like any
say,
sort of aura
what's
or
your-
something
what's your-
surrounding them.
Nope, no aura. What's your passive? Perception?
17.
You do notice that the ground is now full of them.
The ground. Okay. So as I like step, I'm like, whoa! I step back. I'm like, I point. I turn to Yin Paul and I'm like, you will want to step back.
He
Look at the
turns
ground.
and he looks at the shadow and he realizes, like, now there's that moment where you shift your eyes, like, oh fuck, that's moving.
Yeah.
And he steps away and he's like, all right, look here. I don't love that y'all are here, but I love that less. And like Will Clough's like going like this. Come on, man, just fucking say it. It's like we are dealing with a bigger problem than these flesh eaters.
Right, the goat things, right?
Goat things. He's like, no, not the goat. What?
The
There's no
undead that
goats.
you've been mentioning.
Yeah, there's undead here, and that's what we're dealing with. We have some of our men that have made it on the inside. The undead closed the goddamn gate. Means they're smart.
Wonderful.
We got
Ghouls?
5 men locked inside. Ain't ghouls. They're chanting and speaking in a language I don't know. He's like, look, I know your wife isn't gonna be okay with this, but I'm gonna be honest with you. You ain't got a choice. We either need to leave or we need to go in before the sun fucking sets. That means we're climbing the wall. That means that we're going in one of the castles to open it, one of the towers. We're doing something. Because your men ain't gonna open it. They're fucking dead.
Regner is slowly just like nodding with the logic. He's like, yeah, they've probably been dead for a while now.
Probably been dead. So how about we all
It's a good
just
chance.
get along?
Wait, how long ago did the door close?
Yesterday.
Oh, well, yeah, kind of. I'm sorry to say it. They're probably fucked. They might actually be undead at this point.
So-
While they're arguing or talking again, I'm going to pull out my Everlight crystal
Yep.
to see if that pushes the moths back at all.
Yes, they do. They fly back up into the corner over here to get away from the light.
Okay. So then I turn to our group. And it's definitely not like a dawn lantern or a daylight lantern or
Yeah.
anything like that. But I'm like,
It
if
didn't seem to
anyone-
hurt them. They just fled to darkness.
Right, but it's still
It's something.
something. It's something.
The
So
gate also uncovers of them. They all kind of move away from the gate.
okay. I turn and I'm like, well, I don't know if anyone else has one of these, but it's obviously pushing them back some. We might be able to use Everlight crystals or some sort of light source, maybe not torches, but something heatless
Right.
to push them back so that we can make our way to the gate.
I mean, does it have to be heatless?
I don't know if it has to be. Georgia might have a better understanding of that.
Fire will do nothing.
Fire will
So-
do nothing.
So
Well, right, but light.
Well, okay, so hold on. So when it says, Georgia, when you say it won't do anything to them, do you mean like period, or do you mean it just won't harm them?
Harm.
Will it give them? Would giving them heat, would that make them grow faster?
Well, you want to use one of your 2 questions on it, you can.
You know what? I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna
you
roll
asked
esoteric
Georgia
lore.
first. Georgia, do you want to use one of your
Okay.
2 questions on it?
So I was thinking to use the second question on figuring out like how to repel them from an area,
There is no way.
or like
But you don't even need to roll. There's just too many. You'd have to
Yeah.
like daylight bomb the fucking area, which you can't do.
yeah.
They wouldn't be here during the middle, like when the sun's rising. They would be on the inside of the wall. Like that's really what it comes down to. They're here, and there's
And you
food.
can't-
They're just waiting to be able to reach it.
Can you kill them?
Yeah, of course.
How can you?
If there
like,
was a
how can
few,
you-
not hundreds.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, what are they? Yeah, I mean, like, yeah.
So what's your question?
My question is how do you kill them?
You kill them. You swat them, hit them, burn, break them down, smash them, freeze them. But fire won't kill them. Damage from fire won't do anything.
Okay, but
Boil
damage
them,
from
mash
anything
them,
else.
stick them in a stew.
Yeah, right.
Lovely golden.
Moth pies,
Wings.
chocolate dipped moths, like whatever it is you need. But
Regnar's going to take out his war lantern and light it and just kind of walk it towards the shadow. Does the light from a lantern repel them from just
well, they
regular
already
torchlight?
moved from her. So if you go over to one of the walls where they are, yes, the light will move them, but they don't move as like hard away from it. Like they're not like fleeing, but they do move away. So like if you walk over to the small pack over here, they'll move down the wall a little bit, and then when you move away, they come back.
Is it the like entire bridge
No.
that they seem to?
You can't see the bridge. The gate's closed.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's why I have nothing on the bridge.
Speaking of bridge, I've reset several times. I'm only seeing the mountain from last session.
Yeah, same. I don't see the bridge at all.
Scroll down, like all the way to the bottom.
It's a big map.
Yeah, it's a big map.
Here, I'm gonna switch back and forth for you.
Now you just switched it. It
That,
is
well, that's the nighttime.
I see.
an entrance.
Yep, and then this is at the daytime. And then I have no nighttime on. I'll even reveal all.
Oh,
again for
okay,
you.
gotcha. No, I thought there was an actual bridge map. I didn't see.
There is.
I
That-
misunderstood.
The whole
There is.
thing's a bridge.
Yeah, the daytime map has the full bridge on it. Yeah,
So-
I was on the mountain.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
There's a huge map. So anyway, he says, look, let's just put differences aside. Whatever you think you need to do the Moss, he points to both Georgia and Maria. Fine. We're not really one for love in the daylight. We were going to wait for night to make our next assault. And he says, but if you feel that light is needed, light is needed. It is what it is. They are currently unfriendly. You can make a diplomacy roll to sway them some, and you can spend 1 attitude shift card on them. I'm assuming we'd like to use at least 1 shift card to put them to neutral. Okay?
I would.
So we'll use serving hands. My question is, are you diplomacying or using intimidation to make them friendly? Either or are viable. One is just a higher DC, and I'm not going to say which one it is. Before the thaumaturge goes, here's how you get rid of moss and make stew.
That's what I was planning on doing. I'm gonna do perception for its sense motive to see, like, try and pick up on the general vibe of these dwarves. Like, I don't speak their language or
You don't
whatever,
even have to
but,
roll.
like,
They passive alone. They don't like you. They don't want you here, but
No,
they're
that's-
not going to attack you.
no, that's not what I was doing. I was trying to see, like, how they interact with each other. Are they, like, when they...
They are
Like-
they get along. They're grumpy, but they seem to answer to the husband and the wife. That's the dynamic.
Okay. All right.
No rolls required for that. That's very basic and easy to see. Especially since you have the ability to speak Dwarven while you're in the circle. Outside the circle, I would have required a roll.
Okay.
But yeah, body language, they get along, they bump each other, they're friendly, just like warriors or adventurers out doing stuff, but they definitely are not like, they always look to one of the two for the final decision.
Okay.
And she is not left to 10. She got 3 guards in front of her. So you know who the important person is.
Mm-hmm.
Well then, what are we doing? Are we lighting torches? Are we gonna wait tonight and do it? Like, what are we doing? And he's
We wait
talking
till tonight.
directly to his friend. He's not talking to any of you. You can answer.
George is going to turn to Wilcuff and just kind of put her hands up.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
Yeah. I mean,
Well-
I'm almost going to say that we should just head on back to the outpost. Our help's not wanted. We've given them
You know
the
what?
warning.
I'm gonna roll intimidation.
Okay.
And this is how I'm gonna try. So let me roll my intimidation. I'm probably not gonna change what I say.
Well, just tell me what you say first, because
Let
I
me tell
might
you-
not
okay.
make you roll.
All right. So I draw myself up to my full height, and I like
Are you
we're all
tall?
yeah. So I'm tall, we're all like bundled up and stuff. So as I do that, like I purposely pull my cloak back so that my ears are visible.
Okay. Okay.
And I look to Wilcuff and I say, "You asked the Winter Court for a boon
I
to
did.
come rescue your compatriots, your
Well,
family."
Wilcuff says yes, I did.
And after some deliberation and caring for you in our camp, we have come here to help you with your friends. And yet, this is when I point to Yin Paul, and then I gesture to the tent, and yet they're rejecting our offer of aid that I did not have to grant.
Ma'am, madam, I don't make decisions for this group, and I did not tell them your position because that is your purview to do. I know that when the court visits the material of the Never, they have people who address them, or they address themselves, because you never know when they are in hiding. So
then I say, and
are you saying this in Elven?
Yeah.
He in Sylvan, I should say.
Yeah, in Sylvan.
He speaks back in Sylvan. The other dwarves are eye fucking the shit out of the two of you. When you pop into speaking in Sylvan, they are worried.
So then after that, I turn to Yin Paul and in Sylvan, because fuck
But they
him.
don't understand Sylvan. Is what he says to you.
I'm still.
Shut up. If you're in the circle, I will let them know you are speaking in Sylvan if you would like me to address that way.
Yes, please. And I say in Sylvan, I'm like, you're.
It's so fucked.
I say Wilcuff has made an ask of me at his own danger, his own request to save you. And if you choose to refuse, that is on you. And you can stay out here until the night falls, and you can see as you get devoured by these moths.
Please. Wow.
Will try and go help the people trapped within the ruins.
Please give me. I do want an intimidation for that one, to see if one of them flees to the tent. Mostly for the peons. If they flee to the tent, to be like, "Yo, lady, you gotta come out here."
I mean, they're being very, very stubborn. So
Yeah. Have you met your two
Intimidation?
partners? The fucking siblings are the same way.
that's an 18 on the die. I got a 26 intimidation check.
Man, this is
Sweet.
a Wendy's.
Well,
Okay.
one of them runs to the tent. The other one goes, "Why didn't you tell me she worked for the Never?" He goes, "It's not my job to do the due diligence of knowledge of you looking at a pair of pointed fucking ears."
And the bright blue, like creepy eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not my job. And he goes, "She's gonna be pissed that we didn't tell her." No shit. Sure enough, the woman comes out.
I'll say in Dwarf is like, well, they probably should have stuck around long enough to find out what the fuck was going on.
Woman comes out. I'll put her on screen so you can see her. She has a very eerie feel about her, look about her. She does have the more traditional, darker, gray, purple skin. A nose ring, huge ruby earrings, white hair and white eyes. And she's dressed more like maybe like a merchant or a shaman, maybe. And she comes out and she has her hands in her pocket. She goes, "All right, listen," in Sylvan. She goes, "I hear that we have someone of the courts here, and I appreciate your due diligence of coming here to check on us. But unless you have an army with you, we ain't taking the gate. But we're also not leaving. We hired some poachers to come here and help us, and they aren't here. My understanding is they're dead. Yes. So we're sending out word to get more help. We're going to one of the three sisters and requesting help from one of the guilds. Now, I would love help in advance, but I sure as shit am not going to give you my firstborn or pull a fingernail off or give you my eye. So if it can come under a different purview, then maybe we could work something out.
So then, I guess now would be the time for me to roll esoteric lore to figure out, like, what can we do to negotiate this so we can try and save these people.
Fair.
Although Maria at this point in time is like, man, I wish I had just been like, no.
You know what? Fuck these people.
Why? Fuck them. That's why.
Why? Fuck them. That's why.
Yeah.
That's a 22.
To get rid of this many, there's just really no way. The best you can do is push them away with light. Fire doesn't kill them, and you don't have any form of other magic or alchemical concoctions that can just bomb this big of an area. It would take days to slowly and thoroughly crush all these things.
Okay.
Now, the way I would explain what you have read from air marshals in this area, it is like flying into a school of piranha. There is only bone left.
Is there something similar in the Never that I can use as an example?
There are tooth fairies.
Tooth fairies. I was just going to say that.
Yeah. So then I turn to
Whoa, sweet echo.
What is that?
I don't know. That was wild.
Don't hear it. So I turn to Sipple and I say, because I haven't decided, like, if I'm going to try and ask for anything yet. Like, I figure I have to at some point.
Up to you?
But as I'm, like, buying time to try and figure out what I'm going to, like, ask for, I say, I'm not sure how familiar you are with these lands, with the air marshals of the true faith. But they say it is the equivalent of, the material is equivalent of flying through an area full of tooth fairies.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I know.
Not only that, but unfortunately,
first off,
the way
there's
we came
never that many
is
tooth
flooded.
fairies, so that's horrible.
Yes.
Flooded? From the fire?
The valley is flooded, yes.
By the way, just a side note, Sylvan, what do I address you as? Are you a servant, a handmaiden, a liaison for the courts? What exactly are you?
I can't.
You
believe
can tell
I'm doing
she's
this.
like prodding. Like she's going,
I'm in
you want
charge,
to play
that's
you
who
want
I
to play
am."
the fucking court game. We're going to play the court game. What are you exactly? And what type of stature do you have within the court? Just so I know what kind of help I can lean on. I don't know how much you want to give up on this. It will determine some things.
I think because I've been, like, kind of intimidating and acting like I'm of a higher station.
Oh, you mean like a queen?
Kinda, yeah. I'm gonna.
Even though you're not a queen, but yeah.
Well, who knows what's going on now, back home. But I say you are asking questions above your station currently.
I want a second intimidation. I do want this. This might put her into the friendly category because that is some like that is white glove backhand at its finest.
You're currently you're currently trying to punch above your weight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend a patch.
Okay.
Because I want to try and do better.
I thought for sure you put a superstition for this one.
This is important. Well, actually, let me take a look at my...
I mean, a superstition with creatures that believe they belonged in the Never. Like, for those who don't know, if you missed last episode, I explained, or 2 episodes ago, I explained that the Deep Dwarves believed that when the Sundering happened, they should have been brought into the Never with some other people who went, like the gnomes and the deep gnomes that all got to go into the Fae, but the dwarves were left out. They were told no.
Ready and set.
All right, what do you
Start
got?
of the patch.
I'm ready.
Superstition is that if a half elf of the Winter Court is on the material,
Uh-huh.
they are acting beyond the jurisdiction.
Well, I mean, we all know what half elves. Would you like to tell people in Ethauntia what half elves usually are?
Half elves are usually children who grow up who are put under contracts as debt collectors.
And they murder people.
Murder. Yeah.
They're assassin debt collectors.
Yes.
They are.
Yeah, they're the boogeymen.
What was that, Drew?
They're the boogie.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
the boogeyman. So with that,
So if a boogeyman of the Winter Court is addressing you and says if you question a boogeyman of the Winter Court, the freeze will come back upon you threefold.
okay, I'm scratching that. That's way worse. If you question a boogeyman,
Half elves at the court are basically John Wick.
Oh
of
my god.
the Winter Court, specifically Winter Court, right?
You
Yeah.
stole a half elf's dog?
Oh, you're dead. You're dead.
shit.
You are
You stole it.
You
You
are
stole a Fey
fucking-
Hound. It's game over.
Game
I'm leaving.
over.
That-
Oh man.
Winter
rolled a
Court, what is
24.
it? There are 3 times you said?
The freeze will come back threefold.
Freeze will come back threefold.
And I got
Okay.
24 for that intimidate.
And that is versus my will DC, if I remember correctly.
I believe so.
Everything is DC in this, which is nice.
Yes,
She goes.
crossover.
She looks around at the amount of snow and ice that's on the bridge. You can see they've chiseled ice off of the gate just to get it open the first time. And she goes, and everyone's watching her, and she gives like a one knee bow, and she goes, "All right, we do whatever she says. If she doesn't have an answer, you ask me." So she tells the rest of them. And they go, "Hey, you believe that we should follow this? That's fine." She goes, we do this. And she wanders over to her husband. And if anyone has a passive perception of a 20, I will let you know what they said. Or if
That's
you'll have
not
it with
card.
a card.
I'm gonna use a card.
I won't have it with a card.
How many people
I don't
have it
need to
with
hear
a card?
I do.
Do you need it? Allie, I see you raising your hand.
Oh, I have a 21.
Without it?
Yeah.
Okay. So without it,
Christ.
she leans in, she goes, "The court just sent an assassin after us, finally, just to play along."
Can you repeat that one time, please?
The court has sent an assassin after us, just play along.
You said finally.
Yeah, finally. Yeah, finally after us. Finally.
That is a very important word
Very
in that
important word.
sentence.
Yes.
That's what they
You
said.
fucked up.
She goes, "We will go get our stuff, and then we will be ready." And she speaks in Sylvan. It's pretty good. And then, if you don't mind, I would like to send one of the spirits of our dead to look inside and make sure that our people are alive. Serving hands, we used your passive. How many passives did we use? Just one? Just the two?
Yeah,
This
for
one,
me.
yeah.
Just okay. So the two siblings have it. So you all have a small moment of respite as they walk away, and they go back to the tent and start gathering their stuff. Right. As they do, he follows her back, but not fully. Like they just kind of all make their way, but not fully. He stays with
Right.
you all,
Okay.
and he goes, "I don't know what you did, but you scared the living. You might have put more white in her hair."
You asked for something, and I promise I
delivered.
would do my best. to
I'm
deliver.
indebted. I will help you for a year, whatever you need.
Georgia is going to turn to Maria,
Uh-huh.
and in Sylvan, she is just going to say, "Madame, it's about time for your afternoon
Oh, you son of a bitch.
preparations," and gesture her
take a
over
one.
away from the rest of the group.
Okay. Is that
Yes.
like an innuendo nudge nudge? Is that what you're aiming for here?
Yeah,
Okay.
Georgia does not frequently she obviously knows Sylvan, but she doesn't normally like speak it to. the
No,
other
it's too
folks.
sing-songy. Dwarven chants sound better in Dwarven.
Yeah. And God knows she doesn't call anybody madame. So
No,
Right,
fuck
right.
no.
So, like, of course.
I think that's enough of a.
Yeah.
All right, so you walk over. I will pull you both on screen here.
Thank you for the. Yeah, I just like nod. I don't even say like thank you. I just nod. Like, and by my eyes though, I'm like, oh fuck.
So what do you tell? Are you telling her what's going on?
Oh hell yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I think that put on the air. Georgia's gonna pull out like a nail file, and like beckon to like take Maria's hand to make it look like she's an attendant.
Okay.
Okay.
And during all this, she'll start to talk, turning her head away from the rest of the group so they can't read lips. And in Sylvan,
There's no Moxies
she'll-
here. You're fine.
And in Sylvan, she'll begin to say, overheard something interesting coming from those two that seem to be giving the orders there. They just said that the Never has finally sent an assassin after them and to, quote, just play along.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I say we go back to the outposts. Not my owlbear is not my problem.
Oh my God. You did not just say that.
My owlbear's not my.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
I'm thankful for the warning, Georgia, but I did give my word to Wilcuff. If something happens to Clipple or Yinpal, then something happens to them.
That's fair, but I mean...
So like here, like, and I lower my voice a little bit while talking to Georgia, and I switch to Moldovan. Like, listen, here's the thing: if they think I'm here to kill them, and that happens, then it happens. That's what I was supposed to be, right? So, if we don't do it, if we don't have to do it, great. But if something happens and we have to do it, it's probably better us than them actually sending someone here.
My concern is to just play along. If they know that you have intent to kill, then why aren't they fleeing? Why are they saying to play along? Why are they trying to indulge you until what? Would they pull a knife on you first? Not that I think they'd get away with it, but...
Probably because they want their help getting their people out.
Their people are dead.
Well,
I mean, you're not fucking wrong, probably.
You're not. You're probably not wrong, but if nothing else, then we can confirm that.
Honestly, if you ask me, we'd be better off heading back to the outpost. Hopefully we'll cross paths with Prith, and, maybe he can head over here and give him a couple scrolls to speak with dead. Give him some closure.
Up to y'all. You going back to the group? Or you got more to do?
I think that, Georgia would probably call over and just be like, Our Lady requires a snack. And, snap to the other two.
Oh my God. All right.
What's happening? What is happening?
Right? That's what Maria's saying in her head the entire time.
I do the Gandalf wink to Burke, just like walk over. Well, my name's been called. I start
goes-
walking over.
Yeah, and when you do that, he also walks over.
Okay.
And he stands to her right.
Oh, I said that to Burke.
Oh, to
No, but
Burke.
Will-
But I'm saying,
Yeah.
but Wilcuff follows when
Wilcuff
you all
follows.
leave and stands to the right. And he goes, I am going to do something that should have done when I first met you all, with all of the animosity between us gone. He kind of looks around the group, and he goes, I know another way in if we would like to go in while they're all around the fucking tent. Or I could give it to you," and he motions to Maria, "as a sign of power, and you can share the information."
Wilcuff,
Oh,
I'm
Please.
gonna be honest, I came here to help you. If you are concerned about the
Look,
people,
if
if you are
you-
concerned about your fellows in the ruins, then we can go together.
I am concerned about finding my clan's home, so we're no longer clanless. But what I'm most, and in Sylvan he says this, they think you're here to kill them. I heard it.
Hey,
And in Dwarven, he goes, "So, if you would like to use this," so they just hear him speaking Dwarven, "if you would like to use this as a peace offering, I do know another way in, and the sun will still be on that side. But along the front of the cliff, the water is so high that we could walk on the ice in the snow and go to the ladder to come up. I've crossed the bridge before. I just don't tell them that because superstitions and belief that you die and all that. But you might be able to let them believe it. Or we just leave now and go. Open the gate and let them come through the gate."
Open the gate and let them come through the gate.
Do you want me to go by myself, or do you all want to come? Now, what he is talking about, I'm going to zoom out on the map. Basically, if you go around, there is a cut through here and a crack on the wall on the far right-hand side.
Ah, I see it.
And you can come through the break in the tower, which they don't know about, and come around and climb up here. Oh, here, I'll big map for the audience. I apologize, audience. So basically, you can go through a break here, come through the little valley area, come out here, and then climb up. That's the best bet. I already have a rope there and everything.
is that going to be easily attainable to get out if we get your people?
Well, we're going to have to open the gate. I don't think the gate opening is in this tower. I think it's in the other one.
Well, the only thing that I can really add to our assets here, he looks at Maria. He's like, that light you got, I can turn that into a flare. The only problem is it'll be seen for miles. But it might shed enough light to make them at least think about something else other than us for a little bit.
We have alchemist fire. The woman who we all answer to until she showed up, she's a medium. She has the ability to create ghost fire.
Would that hurt them?
I don't know. But the alchemist fire that we have burns the spirits of the damned. Remember, there's no true faith around here, motherfucker. Souls
Yeah,
are
no.
weapons out in the fucking hood.
Yep. Nope. I just had a really good superstition, and I do not want to put this into the world.
Well, you should pack it up and use it
Fuck.
later.
Pack it up and use it later.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think I want to use it later. I don't think I want to put this out there.
Oh, you might need to.
Might need to.
Eventually.
So then, do we go together? Do we stay behind? I should, do you want me just to go to see if I can get the gate open? I would prefer at least one more person to go with me than to just get murdered.
Yeah, so out of character, like,
I can give you all an out of character moment. Here we go. Group, talk with chat and talk to yourselves. Figure out what you want.
Alrighty.
okay, so here's the thing. So I was originally like, let's help this guy because the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and dwarves are limited, and maybe we can mend some bridges or whatever. And instead, we've got the two leaders of this group, at least, who are on the Never Never's most wanted list, I suppose.
Mhm.
I don't know about their other clan mates or group mates or whatever, so I don't want to condemn them for the sins of the two.
Do you have any like lore checks that are related to Fae stuff, or is it just the esoteric lore?
It's just the esoteric lore, because
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if there's like a racial trait or something.
no, there's some stuff from my character's background. That's
Oh.
where some of this is coming from. So,
We could probably bend that to our advantage, though. If they think you're there to collect on something, maybe they'll treat you real nice. Or,
Well, they're-
attack first, maybe? I don't know.
well, because of what Georgia mentioned, they're probably gonna play real nice until they can like
Get
get
the
me at
upper
my
hand.
weakest. Yeah, get the upper hand.
Yep.
So that being the case, I still want to, because I gave Wilcuff my word I would at least try. So from that standpoint, I at least want to try and help him. And if that means saying fuck the rest of this group and we just go off to open up the gates, then I'm fine with that. And if they say anything, I'll just pull some bullshit about how they were taking too long or being too disrespectful or whatever, and my time is
Okay.
very precious. And I wanted to fulfill my end of the bargain as soon as I could, so I could get back to collecting things.
Well,
I
I
do
mean,
this
the
kind
other
of stuff. I expect to come back to absolute chaos, but usually it works out.
the other option is that you absolutely play them assuming as their fuck up, and you might even be able to like completely oust her. It was like, that is not why I came here. How dare you assume my intentions? And like, you might be able to turn the other dwarves against her at some point if it times out right.
Now, I'm going to cut it here because they're going to come out of the tent soon and you need to make a decision. Do you have?
Okay.
I think so Drew, you're saying give them the information about the entrance and let them think that I had the information. Is that what you're suggesting?
Oh, no. I was saying, like, if it comes to a point where they're trying to get the upper hand and, like, backstab you, you can be like, whoa, this is not why I was here. How dare you assume my intentions? Kill her. To, like, talk to the other dwarves. It's like,
Right.
fucking off her.
Okay.
Because
okay.
now I am here to do something.
Right, but I'm saying for this initial decision, I'm thinking we just say fuck them because they've been too disrespectful and wasting my time. The only one who's been respecting my time is Wilcuff. So we're going to go do the thing.
Is on the same page now too. I would say, like, you're just read of the room. He's kind of like, look, let's not fuck around and find out. Like, that's the whole feeling of him.
Okay.
She's more along the lines of like, oh shit,
Okay.
they sent an assassin.
Well, so like I said, while you were away,
All I want to know is what we're doing. I'm starting the scene again.
okay, so I turn to Wilcuff, I'm like, I will give them the information. That way we have extra bodies in case we need it.
I will let them know to come up. And he walks away from you and heads to the tent in a dwarven. He's like, if you're all ready, I think we have a way to do this. And when he says we, he does. You see a motion to you all. We have a way to do this. He does not motion to everyone.
Right.
And she, looking out the tent, you can see the little white, like, glow from the light, the little bit of light that's in there. Eye him like the how fucking dare you. There's just a little interaction.
Okay.
And since you do court, you've been part of courts, you know.
Mm-hmm. It's very much the fuck you, you're supposed to be listening to me. Okay.
So, they come out. The lady who is leading the party, Sipple, comes out first. Her group now line up behind her. She's obviously told them, look, this is more like a court. Get your shit together.
Right.
Right? So they walk out together and they come right up to you.
That's fine.
They have these weird red, but like unnerving red, like deep crimson with red at the top, hitting the top of these iron and glass flasks. And you can see spirits pounding on the glass on the inside of them. And she's got at least 4 on her, and her husband's got at least a dozen.
Okay.
And she goes, we are ready to try to get this gate open. Actually, if you would let the madam speak. And he points to you, says her and her court. And now he's referring to you as court members because he's playing along with you to a point.
Right.
And he goes,
I feel like
he's kind of tied in at this because he brought us in and is like, my word got this here.
Yeah,
so
fuck. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in now. The drug's mine. So he's in.
I just wanted to help him out. So here we go.
I'm gonna aid you though.
Okay.
I got aid on the money. I almost failed that shit. It was a 12 and then a 15. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm aiding. You get a +1.
Okay. So I don't quite know what role I'm making yet.
I'm either diplomacy or intimidation. The number's the same for him.
Okay. So I look to her and I look to her husband. I look to the group and I'm like, were you, and I guess I'm going all in on intimidation because I go, were you not aware of the entrance to the side?
We saw the crack in the wall. She points to the area. She says, but we did not go in because we had seen undead pass through there. And with that said, we were waiting for the gate to get reopened. We were giving our men at least one nightfall to get the door open, which would be this evening. But with the moths, obviously the timetable has changed. But I do have another answer if you're interested.
I'm willing to hear you out.
I have a ritual that will allow us to separate one's body from soul and scout the area. It's slightly painful, but someone as strong as you should be able to handle it.
I am going to do sense motive.
Sure. Absolutely.
Flag suddenly looking very crimson.
That's a 25.
She does mean harm, but not death. More like it will work, but you've heard of the ability to separate a spirit from a body. When you come back, you're drained. Basically, if things went wrong, they're just kind of setting it up to where they can defend themselves.
Mm-hmm.
When that is said, Wilcuff goes, I'll do it. There's no reason to make the madam do it. I know which ritual you speak of. She goes, no, it is made for someone of the courts. And he goes, I work for someone of the courts, so I am part of the courts.
Is it really going to be necessary? It sounds pretty
And
dangerous.
I look at her, I'm like,
He's in the back, like, what the fuck are you two doing?
I look at her and
I really don't know what's going on.
I turn to her and I say, I am aware of this ritual and I'm aware that it will leave someone drained, no matter how strong they are.
Yes, but not dead. Just taxed, but for a cost. I cannot do it for myself. I must cast the ritual. I could have my husband do it, but he is a great alchemist, and I would hate to waste his services. And you, someone as powerful as you are, a little bit of fatigue should not make you worthless. Yes, powerful as you are, someone who can bring threefold the amount of frost if we do not work with you, I believe you should be able to do this quite well. Or we can try to face the undead. But I will tell you, they are intelligent. She's like, I don't think that is smart.
I look to the rest of the... You know what? I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna kill her?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'll do the ritual.
I was just clarifying.
Because if it's a haunt or a curse or anything like that, I get my full bonus for esoteric lore. So if
Okay.
anyone's gonna go ghost walking, it should probably be me.
All right. She goes, then follow me to the tent. Men, you know the routine. Guard us, make sure no one disrupts us, make sure no one touches us. We need to be safe in this moment. She walks in the tent, she holds the tent open for you and deep bow. When you walk in, there is a stone slab in the center of the tent that was not there before.
Okay.
That you saw. And she pulls out charcoal and starts drawing a ritual symbol. while this is going on, this is going to take some time. What is the rest of the party going to do? Are you going to go and check anything, or are you going to wait until this is done and she comes back? Just so I know how we should handle the next piece here.
How long is it going to take? Because we're literally burning daylight right now.
About an hour.
So half the time.
Correct.
That we have left.
But she did say, you know, she'll be able to basically ghost walk, which ghost walk is fast.
And what's the goal of doing that? Just
so
to
she can scout and see what's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't know when anybody else
do that by going in ourselves.
You could, but she's worried about the undead. That's what she says.
Ghouls. I fought ghouls. We can take ghouls.
I never said they were ghouls.
Well, they kind of described them as.
Said they're not ghouls.
Oh, they're
because
not.
Regda brought that up.
Mhm.
Like, intelligent? Are they ghouls? He said, not ghouls.
So while that's going on, your new companion, while they're prepping and getting everything ready, Wilcuff goes, I'm gonna be honest with you. If they're gonna waste time doing this, we should just fucking go, right? And get the gate open. Maybe we can get it done before this hour's up. Stop the ritual. I don't mean to go against her word, but I feel like she's buying us time away from, you know, the other one.
I don't
I'm a
want to
little
leave
fuzzy
her
on
guard
like what's
though.
going on. I don't know.
I feel
she's
like
actual royalty or not.
I feel like that is kind of what I'm doing. Like I
leave her
am.
alone.
That's
Like, I am
great,
trying-
Todd.
I am trying to buy them some time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like give them. I'm trying to free them up a little bit so that they can do stuff if they need to. But
You're
then
taking
also
the problem out of the situation.
right?
which is
Because
her.
then also she's the problem, and then also if we need to and it's successful, the thaumaturge is probably the best person to go scouting as a spirit.
I agree. I 100% agree.
So
If the party is wanting to do this, what I will say is we can make this easy. We can stealth it, we can climb it, we can run there, we can do all that kind of stuff. Whatever path you would like to take to get there as a group. I would say as long as it's just your group and Wilcuff, you can stealth. But we do have other people in the party. We have a druid. I don't know if there's some spells that can be done. You can stealth by everybody and get there and scout on your own and come back in the hour. We will do a challenge roll. Now, if you get caught, there will be some problems. The other option is if somebody else has a spell to view, like fly over the wall in a bird form, or if she can, I don't know if she can shapeshift. We've never seen Georgia shapeshift. But if she has a spell or something like that, that's also an option. But I will say you have 1 hour. If we're not going to do anything during that hour, I'm just going to fast forward us to the ritual and get us a purview of what's going on the other side. So, just wanted to set the scene. What would the party like to do then with that information? If she walks into the tent, which means she's technically out of this conversation.
So
Right.
before this happens, though, I'm not going to do anything to affect the scene with me and the woman.
Sure.
I address them as my court members. While I undertake this challenge to keep yourself safe, I give them my the lever-like crystal, so they don't have to fuck around with it.
Okay.
With worrying about the moths.
Okay.
And then
I'll make stealthing very hard.
it can be covered up.
Okay.
So, but it's like an emergency in case the moths come after them or whatever. And then because we're not sure what's there, and we did see the giant moth fly over and making everyone scared, I pull out. I can't believe I'm doing this. I pull out all 4 of my Bravo brews, and I pass them out, and I say, "A shot of courage for each of you for being so brave to stand by my side in this."
What does Bravo Brew do?
Bravo's brew is
What
a
is this
alchemical.
bullshit?
It is an alchemical concoction made. One of the main ingredients is actually beer or ale.
Okay.
And what it does is the flask of foaming beer grants courage. For the next hour after drinking this elixir, you gain an item bonus to will saves, which is greater when attempting will saves against fear. So if everyone drinks it, they'll have a +1 item bonus to will saves, and then it's a +2 if it's against fear. So in case they run into anything, either moths that scare the shit out of them or undead
Sure.
that try and scare the shit out of them, or
you
like
get a
with
bonus.
fear or whatever.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
prepping them for the worst case scenario. Should they drink
As
it
best
now
I
or
can.
drink it when they see it?
I would say drink it now because it lasts for an hour.
Okay, well, everybody.
We're gonna burn an hour waiting for this ritual to get done.
No,
so.
I don't know.
no, but
if
I'm
you're
saying
going, drink.
if you're going to
gotcha,
sneak
gotcha.
off, drink
Drink.
it before you go.
Will Cuff goes, and he has his hand out. When you hand out 4, do you give him 1 too?
Yeah, because there's the 3 of them, and then
He
him.
goes, ma'am, never been gifted anything by the courts before. Do I drink
it's-
this in your presence? Because that's one of my superstitions, is not to eat or drink in front of your majesty or
You-
king.
Drink it when you need it. I will be in the tent.
Will, and he tucks it into his coat. Because I am using a superstition, there is now a hero point. Who in the party would like it?
Should we give it to Kelly for some upcoming Bizarro ritual?
Up to you. It's the only way you get hero
That's
points
a
in this
good
game.
call.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, okay, so not to be metagamey, but I have the 2 hero patches because I made up the superstition.
Nope. No.
Oh, never mind. Okay,
no.
it's mine now. All
If
right.
they want to give it to you, that's, the group party's voting. Are you guys saying
I
Kelly?
say Kelly.
Okay.
All right. So you give it to her. With that, party, are you breaking and entering? Are we going in?
Okay. At least Georgia's team.
This is going to be a very simple thing to do. This won't be that hard. I'm going to take him off screen.
Now we're reducing Traumaturge.
Traumaters. Yeah.
So if you all would like
God.
to move your characters over to the crack in the wall here, where I'm pinging.
Teams
You have
well
light with
a harm
you,
assist.
so I will say these move back this way to not be with you. So everybody should be about where he is over there. I can move Will over there as well. Kelly, move your character to the tent.
Okay.
You did that right, Todd.
Did I? Oh, okay. I wasn't
you're
sure.
fine. I was just
And
moving
us.
Wilcuff. The other ones stay there and they kind of guard the tent and guard the door. So they line up very similarly. He goes here away from it. She comes in with you. 1, 2 guard the door. He is watching that way and he's watching this way, and you all walk off. So, as a party, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change our situation here. And we are going to go like this. I'm going to take Kelly off screen. I'm going to put us on 4cam. With that said, I would like to ask the group, are you stealthing away from the people who are watching the door? Kelly, if you need a drink or anything while we do this for 5, feel free.
Go pour a Bravo's brew.
Go pour a Bravo's Brew. Bravo's Brew, also known as Founders All Night IPA Session Clock Ale.
Good choice. Good choice. I think that stealth is a good idea.
Yeah, I think so too. I can lead if people want to follow, unless
So basically, everyone rolls.
unless Will Cliff is better.
I'm at a, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm a 10. I'm a plus 10.
Okay, I'm a 6 with my armor.
I'm a
Normally
plus
an 8.
10. He goes, if you would like me to lead, I do know the way in.
I mean, it sounds. I was just talking about leading us away so that they don't see where we're going.
Right. But they're not paying attention to us, and I have a plan. He
Love to hear
draws
it.
a circle on the ground with his foot. He leans down to, like he drops something, he picks it up, and he taps the ground, and the torch that these people are carrying goes out, and the moths move towards him. Go. And they stop at the edge of the shadow. But there's a wall of them, and they all back up.
Okay.
So, stealth rolls. I rolled. I can lead if we want. Everyone give me your roll. If anyone fails, let me know. I can give somebody assistance on failure. I believe, correct, Todd? That's how lead goes in PF2. Am I correct?
Follow the Expert is an exploration activity where one person rolls.
For everybody,
No,
I thought.
sorry. You have to be at least an expert in the skill, of course, for
I
us
am.
to follow you. And then, thanks to the assistance,
that's right.
you can add your level. Okay, so like if you're not trained in stealth, he could add.
Train
we add our
bonus.
level as a proficiency bonus.
Yeah, so basically he's just
And
leading the
then-
way and you get a bonus for it. Is that kind of how that functions?
And then, yeah, so it's like we would add, like if we're not trained in stealth, we'd add our level +2 for him being an expert.
All right, there you go. Level +2. He is an expert.
We're not trained.
Because he is.
But that is an exploration activity, which I cannot do for being fatigued, so I have to roll my own check.
You have to roll your own check. He sees you dragging behind. He's like, shh.
I'm okay though. I'm trained. I actually trained in stealth.
All right, nice.
The
What do we got here,
the
everybody?
year of hell. Trained
And
well.
the only reason I'm having you roll
Oh,
because
sure.
you will be walking by a threat, so there is a chance of a problem. Otherwise, we would use our passive stealths. Got it.
Yeah.
I have a 19.
Soft walking. I've got a 26, baby.
Okay.
26.
This far
Jesus.
from a nat 20. I got a 19.
So if you can move yourselves all to this side, inside this place there are moths against this wall. I'm just going to mark it that entire wall is covered. And I want to know if you stay on the lit side or you light a torch. Or your thing that Kelly gave you.
I would say stay on the lit side for right now. We don't want to bring more attention to us.
Yeah.
Okay. When you do, and you round the corner, there are creatures standing there. Now, Todd, you're going to be very upset about this. As you round the corner, there are these people in tattered clothes. Their hands have daggers wrapped to them. And they are talking to each other in Hallow. Do any of you speak Hallow in this party?
I do.
One of them is talking to the other. If we have the chance, we convert the dwarves to our keeper. We capture them, we flay them, and we show them the way. I'm going to put a character on screen, and I'm also going to put it in chat for play so you can see this thing. Can I get a religion check? The whole party can make this roll. The highest roll will take with and whoever gets the next highest is assisting.
I am untrained. I got a 16.
Okay.
I got a 12, but if I'm using it to assist, it's a 16, so it would 16 on it.
Okay. Allie, what do you got for religion? What's Georgia got?
I got a 27.
Take it down.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
sweet Jiminy fucking Christmas.
I got an 18 on the dice plus 9.
So as you look over these things, you know they are called Hexerin.
A what?
Say that one more time.
What?
Hexerin.
Hexerin.
Todd knows what this is. Some audience members will know what this is because they played against them in Living Ethauntia. Let me put them on screen. They have scrolls wrapped on them. Their bodies are wrapped in like torn material. The dagger is in their hand, but it is tied to them. Their faces are kind of drawn in and sunken with these ice blue eyes.
Those ice blue eyes, are they anything like those you might find in folks from the Never?
No. I will tell you the general of these. One, they are fucking dangerous.
Okay.
Are they impossible to deal with? No, but they are dangerous. One of them, you guys could take down as a group pretty easily. But when you round the corner, there's not one. They are talking to two others, peering out off of the little drop towards the lake. And they are all three talking to one another as you wrap up around.
Ooh.
What would you like to
So-
ask for your, let's see here. I think you said 27?
Yes.
That's a crit. I will give you deep information, and then I'll give you some specific stuff as well. And then I'll give you a question to kind of ask. I'm going to give you a decent amount of data on them.
Cool.
So Hexerin are people who worship the deity that died. They turn their back on the deity and usually start worshiping a new one in death.
Okay.
Specifically, the symbol that are on this one is Morgashir,
Of course.
which is the keeper of flesh.
Mm-hmm.
They do have strips of flesh carved off of them in lines. Think Hellraiser into patterns. They're not armored, though. And they are looking out onto the bridge. I will let you know that they are casters. They deal in void damage, which is the new negative energy in PF2. They also, when someone dies near them, they become emboldened. Now, that is the typical Hexerin. But because they worship Morgashir, anytime they deal a certain amount of damage, they are emboldened. Because they are cutting the flesh from somebody, bringing them closer to their keeper. There are numerous versions of these. These seem to be the Faithless, the Hexerin, which are like the beginning versions. There's champions who are like empowered by their new keeper. And then the Faithless, which are the ones that turn their back on everything. These look like people who have found their new faith in a new keeper. They're fucking dangerous. You could fight them, but you need to be careful.
Okay.
Especially
they're in the route of our path, so we don't really.
So what does the
Said
group want to
they're
do?
looking at the bridge.
Yeah, they're like kind of talking to each other. This one's kind of walked here. It walks over to the three of them. You see this one hop down after a while.
Okay. And Regdor speaks hollowed, so he
Yeah,
knows the language.
you can reach
Okay.
it. You can tell it, but you're gonna have to be hella quiet because they aren't that fucking far from you.
Yeah, no, I feel like this plan is kind of botched now. So
Will Cuff looks at you and goes, "In the name of the Majesty, we don't." By the way, now that she is not here and we can speak openly, he leans in really close. Is she a princess, a queen? What the fuck is going on? Who is she? Is she an assassin?
I'd like to not talk about this right now. I will tell you. And I relay what I heard them say. So I don't know that this is the right path right now.
What do you mean? There's three of them and there's four of us. I sneak up, I'll kill one of them right now.
Georgia, do you pass on the knowledge of how dangerous they are? And
So if you're all
I'm-
whispering, I actually need a stealth roll again
Okay.
for the second part of this versus my ability to hear you.
Look at you, brave little toaster.
I mean, even if you all back up a little bit and talk about it, I'm still going to need a roll because this person's like talking to them, walking back around like they're smart. And then we're going to cut over to Allie, not Allie, to Kelly inside the tent.
I have an 18.
I have a 21. So you're able to talk about it and they don't hear you with a 21 and him leading it again. This is the second successful check for you all in stealth. So what do you guys say? I'll give you a little bit of time in between to talk with your two successful stealths. He's like, I think we can get by it. We take the first one out. We wait till the one drops down. It's a 15-foot drop. It'll have to clamber back up. We kill the one, kill the other.
If we
Easy.
kill... my understanding is if anything dies near them, it will just cause them to become more powerful. So basically, by taking one out... What the fuck is this voice?
You're
By taking
whispering.
one out... Yeah, by taking one out, we're gonna be powering up the other ones.
Really? Look, if they're all dead, they can't do shit.
They can do a lot of shit.
And you know, specifically, it's not death, actually. It's when they hurt somebody. These are a different version. The original's death. This is if they harm
gotcha.
you.
Got it.
Because they worship the keeper of flesh.
If somebody dies near them, they do
Nothing
not become
happens.
emboldened.
It's if they hurt you.
Okay, got it.
The normal version works that way.
Look, these are worshippers of Morgashir, and honestly, I've dealt with enough Morgashir that I fucking want to, in the next couple decades, recently.
Look at me. Are you a dwarf or a coward?
Little did they know, him falling through air and getting stopped before he exploded on the ground was the meet cute of this campaign.
Are you a dwarf or are you a coward? If you're a coward, I'm sure there's some halflings that need you somewhere.
Georgia's gonna look over at Regner.
This is like dwarven Raz.
Regner just goes.
He's never met a howling, or he would not be saying that.
Yeah, he kind of smiles over at Wilka like, damn, that's something I'd say. All right. Like, well, the other problem is if we were trying to do this quietly, it's not going to be quiet anymore.
What do you mean? I'm going to slit one's throat.
They're dead, you daft prick.
That doesn't mean they don't have vocal cords you can't cast if I cut your throat. And he taps his hand.
Wait, hang on. Before he does that, he's like,
starts pulling a weapon out.
Georgia, do those moths eat anything?
Anything living. They're not gonna help us here. What the fuck is he?
He pulls out a small sickle.
How the fuck have I never learned hand magic before? Anyways, look.
It's because you're a coward. And he turns and starts walking towards them stealthily.
Oh,
Sure, you'll all have time to learn hand magic later.
He dashes across and he disappears in the shadow. And then he starts walking around, quickly coming up behind this one. And you see him grab. Come on. Audience, roll me a d20. I'm not doing it.
Oh, no. Okay.
While that happens, we're going to cut over to Kelly. Oh, Kelly, what could go wrong? You're muted. That's what could go wrong.
Everything
Hey,
can go wrong, but I was trying to buy them.
Halfling.
I'm not a halfling, true. These colors don't run.
Everybody get your plan together in the background. You can type in Discord or you can type in chat with the audience, whatever you want to do. A 13, 6, a 6. Oh, I'm going to spend my second superstition making the superstition about eating in front of the Majesty permanent. And I'm going to take the second roll of 13 because I'm no way am I going to let Will Cuff have a 6. You walk in, she sits down. There's pillows on these like small pebble mounds. And she goes, all right, no one else is around. We can drop the bullshit. Are you here to kill me?
No, I was actually here trying to help you.
Oh, sweet God. That is amazing to hear. I thought for sure you were going to murder me for... it doesn't matter. I can give you the ability to ghost walk. It is taxing. What I was not going to say in front of everybody so that I can hold a little bit of power over my dwarven friends still is I can get rid of the fatigue afterwards.
If that I would appreciate that if it becomes necessary if these moths close in.
The moths won't close in here. Oh, you mean later? I will.
Yes.
I will take care of it as soon as we get back. The ritual only takes 10 minutes. It doesn't take an hour. I just tell my friends that so that I can have time alone once in a while. They're not licking my feet.
Wow. Okay.
No one could hear Drew, but that was fucking hilarious.
That was funny.
So, can we let bygones be bygones, at least for this situation? And you won't bring the winter frost?
That's not my intent.
All right.
She can roll whatever she wants. Like, I'm being serious. I literally came out here to keep my word.
Right.
We'll come,
He goes,
so.
all right. She settles down and she goes, I am a medium. I have the ability to read stones. And she grabs a large palm-sized, like baseball-sized stone. And she puts in the middle between you black, like shaved charcoal in like a little pan. She goes, I need you to place your hand in the charcoal and then grab the white stone. I will read the print that's there. It'll take a few moments, but I can pull your spirit from your body, and as long as I am concentrating up to an hour, I can let you ghost walk.
Okay. As I do this, I'm gonna roll esoteric lore for like
Sure.
haunted rituals and stuff, just to make sure that I'm helping her and I'm not fucking it up.
Yeah. Give me a roll. I'll actually give you a little bit extra info.
That was a natural 20, so I got a 30.
You know of this power. This is not something that dwarves do. You've seen similar stuff in Kadra with mediums, but what she's doing is actually something that people from Meoshan do to speak to their ancestors.
Okay.
They separate spirit from body to talk to dead warriors.
Okay.
Kadra just grabs the object and forces conversation.
And this is more of like an asking for them to.
This
come
is more of
visit.
like a Meoshan or a Chite's version of,
Right.
of doing this. And she finishes the ritual. She hands you the stuff and you do it. She casts a spell. It'll allow you to force to ghost walk. Now, you can go anywhere on the map. What I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom way out for you, and I'm going to turn on the things that are here. One, and the audience can see it as well, and I'll let the players see it because I don't really care. On the bridge, there are 2 dwarves, each one. They have tied up one of these hexerin. They have them, oops, this is in the wrong spot. It's supposed to be in the crux here and in the crux here. Out of each other's range, they have them tied to these huge, like, wyvern-looking gargoyle statues. These grotesques on the side of the bridge.
Okay.
They have them tied. These people are alive. They're beat up. They're wounded. They're missing, they're bandaged everywhere. Further along the bridge, hiding on this side back here, there is some different creature. It's not like the rest of them that you've seen. If you want to give me a check, it would be religion for these creatures. It's got pustules all over it. The eye socket has skin grown over it. You can see something swimming in it.
Oh, that sounds pleasant. Okay.
Pleasant's the opposite word I would use.
I got 17 for religion.
These are known as festrogs. All of the growths that are on it are frozen over. They're filled with liquid. Festrog are a type of undead. And you said, what was your total?
It says 17, I think.
17? I'll give you one answer. They are dangerous, but they can be dealt with. They're not, they're not extremely dangerous. Now, in groups, they would be really bad.
One question.
Yep.
I feel like this is probably going to be the most helpful in case there are more of them, is if they have a weakness, which is their highest?
There is no weakness for them.
None.
They're just
Okay.
undead that you can fight. But that is all I would say then. But you do know they are some form of like diseased undead, I guess is the best way to explain them.
Like plagued.
Yeah. Historically, they're usually people who fell to a disease that are resurrected or brought back as undead. I think the audience can see that ugly motherfucker. So, ew is right, Nessie. Ew is right.
You is right. So this is more of like a, not necessarily like a religion check, like, oh, what's the weak against? It's more like, what, can I tell what this used to be, like general height-wise? Is it like dwarf size, or is it like more like a humanoid?
No, they're not. This thing's easily like tipping the scale near 7 foot. They're not human.
Okay.
Whatever died here was not human.
Was not human. Okay.
The other things that you see tied up, they look human-sized. They are tied up pretty heavily. You don't see holy symbols or anything, but they are undead. Without seeing holy symbols or them moving, you could try to make a roll on them, but you're not going to know a lot. It's going to be a harder roll
Okay.
for the other creatures on the bridge.
Okay, so I guess I see well, they all look the same on mine, so I see the 3 of them, although you said the one in the back is different.
This, you're right. This one here and this one here are the same. I apologize. I wasn't
Okay.
talking about the bridge. I was talking about because you would see the hexerin over here too.
Okay.
Off the bridge.
Right, so there's the hexerin off the bridge, then I see the 3 festrogs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll I guess I don't know how effective this is going to be. I'm going to use Arcane Sense while I'm ghost walking to see if there's any
magic.
Yeah, like, because I can block out magic that I'm aware of, so I'm going to block out the magic of me ghost walking.
What's your passive perception while you're doing that, too?
My
just so I
passive
can take a general. We'll
is
give you a
a
card,
7.
too.
So then that'd be a 19.
A 19. We'll
passive.
use Serving Hands passive focus. Under the bridge, there is definitely a glow coming from under the bridge.
Okay.
And it doesn't seem like it's the ice. It seems like it's actually, like, underneath the bridge. If you want to fly under there, you can look around. That's up to you. You're a ghost.
Yeah.
It is a line through the bridge that connects the two pieces of land. You can give me an Arcana check if you'd like.
Okay.
Or an Arcane check, since it's not Arcana anymore. I will forever say that because I'm so used to it since 3.5. 3.0 up was Arcana.
Roll my Arcana. That's a 25.
You believe it's a ley line.
Okay.
It's Arcane, isn't it? Arcane check?
No, it's Arcana.
No, it's Arcana? Oh, okay. You holding a white sheet of paper up doesn't do anything, Drew. No one can see it.
It doesn't help. Okay, so there's a ley line here.
All the way from end to end on the bridge.
Right.
And it goes, I would say you can see it wise off into the two towers on the south side, which would be, the east side. And then it goes all the way up to the two pillars next to the door on the big gate.
Okay, so it's like a Y.
It's like two Ys. So it's like this.
Two Ys. Okay. Okay. And then I guess my other question, I know I'm asking a lot of questions, but I might as well take advantage of being a ghost walker.
Might as well
right now.
before I kill the players on the other side.
Right. The ley line, now that I see it, do I see any tendrils leading specifically to any of the undead?
No. Not
Like
at all.
tethering them?
That's not how ley lines work.
No, but I'm saying, like, are they like
split off from it? No.
Yeah.
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
Nope. It looks like it goes into two towers and into the two pillars on the west side. West is north on this map. I have no way to rotate it, unfortunately.
Right. Okay. I'll just fly around a little bit more and just see if I can see like any other deep dwarves or hexen.
No other deep dwarves, just those 4, but they're alive.
They're alive. Okay. I'll zoom in, I guess, just to see, like, do they look infected? Like they have whatever these Festrogs have?
How close do you want to get? Like, put your character on the map where you would like it to be.
Where I would like it to be. So, I think I'm going to, because they've got them tied up.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second. I cannot grab my character. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is they have these two tied up. Do the dwarves look like they noticed this one over here?
No, they're watching. There's one sleeping and the other one's on watch on each of the two parties.
Okay.
They're basically taking shifts.
But neither of them look like they're aware of this one?
Nope. The one to the far side of the bridge, nope, they don't seem to know. Looks like they haven't left this area. There's like their backpacks are out. They have them set out of arm's reach of the creatures.
Right. Then I guess this one up here, does it look like it's stalking the dwarves here?
It's watching them, but it doesn't look like it hasn't made a move at all.
Okay. Just because these two are tethered, and if anything goes wrong, hopefully they'll be able to help handle them, or they'll be able to handle them if I accidentally wake them. I think, let me zoom in a little bit just so I know how far away I am. I think I'm going to go, this actually looks like it's good, like 30 feet, because that's how far my arcane sense spreads out.
Sure. Right up the middle of the bridge?
Yeah, so I'm just going to stay like here for right now. Okay. And then, because I figure like with this distance, I should be able to, if there's any obvious signs of like infection or whatever, I'm hoping I can catch it on the deep dwarves.
I would say you need to make an active roll. Passive wouldn't cover it just because there's a risk.
Well, I meant more like just I'm fine with rolling. I just don't.
Just give me a roll. Perception.
That's a 20. That's a dirty 20.
These two definitely have some pustules on them. They have them wrapped. You can see a bunch of bandages against the wall. Looks like they've been maintaining themselves.
Okay. Well, if they die, then they're probably... I'm assuming that if they die, they're going to come back as these. But if we can save them maybe they won't. So
Maybe.
I know it's a lot of maybes.
Anything else before I cut back to the rest of the party?
I think I'm gonna, unless anything weird catches my eye, I'm gonna zoom back to our temporary truce.
I mean, unless you're gonna like fly into the towers or anything like that, no.
Yeah, I don't want to risk that because I don't know if I'll be able to, especially with the ley lines.
I mean, you're able to pass through anything but the bridge. You cannot pass through with the ley line.
Okay.
Like whatever that is emanating, it stops you being able to go through it. It definitely stops your ethereal form.
Okay. She says it allows me to travel pretty fast, but this is like super far away, so if anything does happen, I don't know what's going to happen if I snap back.
Yeah, your speed moves to 60 per action.
Okay.
And you only can go 200 foot from her.
Okay, so then yeah, then I would
from your body,
back.
sorry, not from her, from the ritual site.
Well, I'd start making my way back, so in
Okay.
case anything.
You'd have
I'll
to go
go-
up and over the gate as well, by the way. You basically have to fly over. Is all.
Well, I'll fly over, but as I fly over, I guess I'll take a look in the towers real quick.
they got roofs to them. I just don't.
They got
They're not
roofs
on this
to 'em?
map. Yep.
Okay.
Not collapsed. Decent shape. Good architecture. Same
I
with the walls. There's walking palisades there as well, where you could attack from.
Okay. I was just looking for like anything hiding in there
Nope,
to ambush and
nothing.
get anybody. All right.
Nothing.
So then are there the moths in here?
Nope. Only on the outside wall
Only on the outside wall. Okay.
that you've seen. There's inside this wall. There's some, but that's from them moving the torch and forcing them over to that area.
Okay.
And some just fled into the wall.
All right. Then I'll make my way back over here
All right.
while we switch to the party.
Well, as you do that, I'm going to go back to the party. Inside, how do we do on our stealths, or what's the plan inside here? What do we want to do?
Those are my thoughts.
What are your thoughts? I didn't read that.
Just the sigh of 1,000 face palms.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Fair. Very fair.
No, so we see Will Cuff spider monkey onto one of these bad boys over here.
Yeah, he walks up behind, like literally goes up behind it. He hooks the whole scythe around its head, puts his forearm there, and fucking pulls.
Okay, what are the effects? What do we see happen?
Well, audience, I need 46 from you.
Okay.
I hit. I need 46, and then I need to know if it's dead, because I will take a follow-up if it is not dead.
Okay.
What are the rest of you doing as he does that?
Georgia's readying her attack.
Okay. Readying your attack, but are you moving in or are you staying there?
I'm staying right fucking there.
Okay.
I might actually. I'm have to stay right fucking there.
Okay. Regner, what are you doing?
I kind of trade glances and I see that like you're not moving, Georgia.
I'm not moving, but you see that I'm like starting to conjure. Like,
what square are you looking at? Are you looking far, like over here where they are, or does it look like you're trying to summon something?
I'm looking over by them.
Okay. Regder is going to use all 3 actions, and he's going to put he's going to put a spike snare here in this middle
In between you two?
square.
That in the wall?
No, right in the middle of the pathway,
Yep.
so that if something
Right there.
comes running at something comes running at one of us, we can sidestep to behind it,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully.
So that's 3 actions, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then what is our other caster in the party doing? What's Burke doing?
Not a caster. I think I'm going to.
Beg to differ.
Technically
differ.
not a caster.
These guys look rough. I don't know what Georgia said about them, but I'm going to
13,
summon my
20.
aura
God damn it, that's horrible.
and create some armor. So some like rusty plates come around me and puts a shield in my hand, and then I'm going to raise my
Sorry, maybe
shield
that.
in case they come over this way.
Accidentally deleted him. Okay, just raising your shield, that's it?
Yep. Oh, I get a free attack when I do this. Let me just see if I can make a range attack. Just gonna double check to make sure I'm in range to do so.
13 points is not going to be enough to kill it.
Why can't this ever show up properly
I don't know what you're trying to do.
when I need it? I'm not in range, so I'm not gonna try the attack.
Oh, you're trying to do the ruler?
I will. Yeah. I'm good. I'm done.
That's it? All right. With that, we go into initiative. I would like to say that stealth is probably the action being placed, except for maybe Regdir, who could use craft because he's setting his trap. Your choice. So I'm going to go through here. I'm going to roll. We have a bunch of cards here that'll help during the fight, I'm hoping, for y'all. My roll is not bad. I am looking at a 15 for the Hexerin. Is anyone above 15 out of you? No? All right.
Yeah, 22.
Okay. 22 is good. 22 is Regdir. What did Georgia get? And I'm assuming perception for you as well. Or stealth, I mean. So, sorry, stealth, because you're sneaking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's only a 14. That's not great.
Okay. And then
But
what did
okay.
Burke get?
12.
All right. Regdir, you're first. I need a d20 from the audience for our Jeep Dwarf.
Roll.
Well, I used my 3 actions to set that
This
trap.
is the beginning. That was before I made my attack. That was all your free actions while I made my attack. New round, starting now.
Oh, got it. He's going to take
Hey, Matt.
aim on. He's going to take aim on the. Did he try and cap this one or the one to the north of him?
To one to his right.
Okay.
This one here. Number 1.
I'm gonna take precision aim and try and pop him in the head.
You're gonna need to move, I think. I'd have cover unless you move, because
From what?
the corner's gonna be in the way. It's half blocking him.
Oh, that little sliver. Yeah. Okay. I'll move.
Well, over half the token's blocked. Yeah, now you're fine. Totally fine.
Yeah.
Are you
I'll move
stealthing?
here and do that. Yes.
So 1 action stealth, 1 action to move. Or sorry, no, you can stealth during your action. I think isn't that right, Todd? If you have 2, if you're moving, you can stealth during. It's just half that action to move. So what'd you get for your stealth? That'll be important.
I got a 16.
Okay. All right. And then what'd you get to hit? And you're shooting your gun, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's all I have.
Okay. Element of surprise is definitely gone.
Well, I mean,
I got a 10-foot aura of flaming clockwork buzzing around me. So.
Yeah. I guess stealth is done. We done with stealth. All right, give me your damage.
23 to hit.
23 does hit me. Does not crit me.
Okay.
You spent no cards. Would you like to spend a green and a blue for extra damage?
Sure.
All right, so green gives you D4. Blue will give you a D6. And we'll go all the way back down to the beginning. We do
Okay.
have a max crit and a crit card as a heads up for y'all. We're going to use an add a cost, and we're going to use a Keeper's Eye. Both of them are from Serving Hands.
Fucking hell. Rolled like absolute shit for those D6s. So, 8 plus 3. 9 points.
I am still up. Second shot, -5? Or can you not do that?
Well, no, because right, the stealth is part of the
Part of the
movement.
movement.
So,
Yep.
yeah, I'll try again.
Okay.
That's definitely not gonna do it.
Would you say you would like a keeper's eye? I believe is the one where it lets you. Let's see here. Oh, that's replay. Never mind. I lied.
I
you
really
got?
want to try and get this first one down, so I'm gonna patch the second roll.
Or you hit. Would you like to just crit? We have regular crit cards. We have a few of the purples, which you just do max first half of your damage, and you just keep that roll.
Oh, the first one?
Yeah, just that first hit. Yeah, would you like to just max that, and then you can have that last action,
I mean,
and just say you missed
God,
the shot on the second one.
That's all the dice on the. If I'm using that card, if I crit, right?
This thing would be dead.
Might
as well.
Yeah.
All right. Done.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So Androsides is done. I'm just going to move him off the map. He's not actually here.
20.
He's dead. You blow a hole through him. It clips the stone next to the other guy. You literally blow the head off if he's pulling the sickle. You shoot it off between him. And he turns back and looks. He's like, not the other one? As he moves towards the other one to attack. Like, what the fuck would you shoot next to me? I hit this one, but I don't do sneak attack because I know we're there. I do some damage to it. You do have that one action left, which you shot, and we'll say you missed the second guy, unless you would like a superstition or a patch.
Would he still not get sneak attack because they haven't gone yet, right? Or is that not a thing anymore?
What are you talking about? You don't know why he got the extra damage. You said sneak.
No. I'm talking about sneak attack.
I know what you
Is
said.
that still a thing?
I'm not saying it was sneak attack. I said do 4d6.
Oh, got it.
You're saying sneak attack.
Yeah, I'll patch the second shot to try and hit the other one instead.
Patch it. A second patch played. Go ahead.
Nope.
All right. Doesn't hit. That takes us to next in the turn, which is my guy's actions. This thing turns on him, and immediately it pulls the dagger from the bandages, and you can just see it's leaking blood. And it puts its hand towards him to grab his forehead, successfully grabs him, and you see the blood wrap around him and peel flesh off of his head.
Ugh.
I do a decent amount of damage to him. I do... That would be a total of 18 points. He's like, oh, he starts screaming. I'm not down, but I am hurting. That is 2 actions. My next action, I am going to, while he is holding himself, move 5 foot. This one runs, climbs up here, sideways, runs to here, and I'm going to jump at the person shooting. My last action. I won't get to cast a spell because I had used too many actions to get to you. But I will try to hit you with a dagger. Does a 17 hit you, Richter?
No.
Okay. Stabs and misses and pulls it out, and he starts chanting in hollow, worshiping to Morgashir. I am done with my actions. That will take us to Georgia.
Okay, hold on. Big bug over there. That happened quickly.
The moth? Yeah, there's a whole bunch of. There's a whole fucking wall of
Shit.
moths.
Nope, I've got a big ass bug in my house.
It's a death head moth. I'm telling you, I sent them there. There's a whole bunch of
Fucking
them.
wish. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like hell, you're gonna be fucking with my brother. I'm gonna let loose Blazing Bolt, and I'm gonna use all 3 actions to power
Just
it up.
fucking full channel. Now,
Yeah.
this is the first time this has happened. We have not had ley line magic used before. There are ley lines in the area. You are welcome to tap ley lines, but it takes your, you're using primal, so nature check. On failure, you take damage. But on success, you can boost the level of the spell by 1.
Okay, let's go.
All right. What's level of the
So-
spell that you're casting right now?
2.
What rank? 2?
Rank
So
2.
the difficulty is a 16.
Cool. Okay, here we go.
If you fail it, you take damage. Your spell still goes off, though. That doesn't stop. Oh, here, a superstition.
I got a 7 on the dice. You said it's 16?
16, yeah.
Holy shit, I thought I missed it. I meet a 16.
All right, then that means you get to up the level of the spell by 1.
Okay, let's fucking go.
People are wondering how we were going to do E7 and like higher spell casting. It's ley lines. They've been
So
a
that
part of
means
our
it
setting
will-
forever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Ooh, okay, cool. So here's the thing with Blazing Bolt.
I'm fucked.
I can go ahead and fire an additional ray
Okay.
to target up to 3 targets.
Ellie, I'm gonna have to ask, what does this look like as you're channeling a ley line probably for the first time in your life? You just feel a surge of like powerful nature near you, like geothermic energy. Whoa, what does it look like when you cast this, and how many bolts are going out and how many people are dying today?
Beautiful. I think if anyone were to look, it would almost look like there was energy moving up through her nerve ending. So you could kind of like
okay.
see that through her skin a little bit, just kind of like lightly glowing as it hits, you know, going in through the feet and up the body. And after that, it is just going to like radiate out. I think eyes probably go white for a moment, and we're gonna get a white hot ray of heat and flame.
Okay.
So yeah, that's going to be on a hit. It's going to be 2d6, but that is going to increase by 1d6 for each.
Are you firing them all at one person?
Sorry, increases by 2d6 for the 2 and 3. I'm using 2 actions.
Okay. I thought it was
fire
3
at-
action cast.
It is 1, 2. I was, and then I realized we already killed one.
Well, then you don't get ley lines unless you use all 3. You have to do a full cast to get the ley line magic.
For the third one, I'm just gonna hit him off.
I mean,
That's close to the shadows where
just
we are.
power them all into one. Oh, you have to have 3 targets. You can't just target it all at one person.
It says you can fire an additional ray at a different target.
Oh, it
to
is
a
different. Okay,
maximum
so-
of 3 rays
so-
targeting 3 targets for 3 actions.
Moth and 2 guys. I get you. All right, cool. So give me your damage as you over channel.
Yeah, I feel like it's a matter of her being like, there's 3 of them, you know, and
Just hit
then
the dead body.
it all happens so quickly. So
Just hit the dead body. Then you know that it's dead.
I just rolled a d12 because I was fidgeting with it.
Double tap to be
Okay,
sure.
that is a 14 plus 9 for a 23.
Yep, that hits. You get the roll for
Cool,
each one,
so-
each target, right?
Yes.
So just roll all 3 of your d20s, and we'll do damage.
Okay, the next one is going to be a 12.
No. And then for the moth for the last one, or the dead body,
8.
whichever you want. 8.
An
no.
18. We'll say the
18
dead body.
is-
It's the,
18
we'll say
does
it's the
hit.
dead body.
18 does hit. So you hit one, miss the other, burn the dead body to a crisp. It's fire damage, correct?
Yes, and if I spend 2 or more actions casting the spell, the damage increases to 4d6 damage on a hit. So plus the 2 that I get for channeling
Okay.
with multiple actions.
Okay.
That will be, I need more d6s.
I don't like any of
and-
this. Kelly, also give me your initiative because you'd be coming back about this time as they snuck over.
An 8, an 11, 16, 22. 22 points of damage.
22. That is a fucking shit ton. No save either, right? You just take it.
It's against AC.
Oh, God. All right. I'm still up. It lights up. The one in front of your brother's on fire as it swings once it misses. The other one gets missed. The body on the ground burns up. That takes us to Regder. No, sorry. Did I skip? Burke, are you 12 or 14? You're 14, weren't you?
12.
You are 12. Okay, I had it right then. Go ahead.
I'm 12, and what is this? Okay, I'm going to attack. My hand will come back, and it'll form a spear that was going to be long enough to hit this guy in melee next to Regder.
Okay.
And I'm going to use 2 actions to attack with it.
Okay.
Just gives me a little extra damage. Does a 23 hit?
A 23 does hit me. Doesn't crit me, but it does hit me.
Okay. All right, then I do.
Man, you guys are hitting high ACs.
9 piercing damage.
9. Okay. And you're hitting the same one in front of Regder, correct?
Same one in front of Regder.
Okay.
It was like a reach spear, and then
Yep.
the spear crumbles to rust, and I raise my shield.
All right, I'm still standing. It is messed up. It's got a hole in the side. It's on fire. It's got burn marks. We go to the beginning of the next turn. I'm going to bring Kelly back to us as well here. With that said, Kelly, I'm assuming athletics is probably what you're going to do to run your ass back to the party.
If we do athletics, yeah, so athletics would actually make my initiative 1 higher.
Okay.
So I got a 25.
Now, are you going to wait the 2 actions it would take her to cast to remove your fatigue? Or are you going to go? Because my initiative with her is a 15. What is your initiative?
Mine's a 25.
So are you going to run off, or are you going to wait to 15 so you can get the fatigue removed?
Unfortunately, guys, I'm gonna wait for the 15 just so I'm actually useful.
Yep. So Maria and C go at the same time. So that starts with Regder for this turn. If you want to measure out your movement to get yourself over there, feel free, Maria. Regder, there's one in front of you on fire. It is not dead. It is fucked up. The other one is fighting against your new companion. What's your plan? I did not make it into the trap.
So it landed, tried to hit. He swings the axe musket around and comes down with the cleaving edge.
Okay.
It's not going to be enough. 13's not going to hit this guy.
It is not going to hit me. We got 2 more actions.
Yep.
-5.
-5, 18. Fucking 13 again, because I rolled an 11 this time.
-10. Do you want to take a different action? Like a knowledge check or something that doesn't have the -10. Or you could move.
Actually,
to set up flanking.
Yeah, I'm gonna use can I make a recall knowledge check about this creature?
Yeah, it would be religion or occult. Religion will get you more about their undead abilities. Occult will get you more about Morgashir and what they do with Morgashir.
We'll go religion because it's wisdom based.
Okay.
All right, 17 on the die is a 19.
You know they're dangerous. You know everything that your sister told you. The other thing I will tell you is they usually take over and settle in a layer or a settlement that they believe is theirs. I will also tell you that these things are taller than humans. They're nearing 7 foot.
Oh, okay.
They're
then
just
I'm
hunched
going
over. But when it jumped,
Got
I mean,
it.
it was long.
Okay. So I'm using Monster Hunter. You quickly assess your prey and apply what you know. As part of the action used to hunt your prey, you can I didn't make these things my prey hunt. So
I am happy to
it
say
doesn't
you
work
did
out.
that for this guy. I am happy to say you did this.
Okay.
Not retconning
you can
damage
attempt
or
to-
anything, but you can definitely say you marked it.
You can attempt a check to recall knowledge about your prey. When you critically succeed, which I didn't.
No, you did not. You succeeded.
Okay.
Sort of. All right. Is that it then?
Yeah. I'll probably say they're tall. Go for the knees.
Maria, I got to ask you what your bonus is. I need to know if my Hexerin go before you. Or if you're even going to get there in time for it tonight.
I'm not going to get there in time because I go 25 per action,
Okay.
and I'm
So
like
move
all the way
yourself
over
as
here.
far as you need to be.
Okay, so it's going to be...
She sees you bolt out as she finishes casting, as your body snaps back in. Her hands are already on your body, like getting rid of the fatigue. When you run, she's like, "What are you doing?" And you just bolt out of the tent.
Because I say as I run, I'm like, the Hexerin are coming in.
The what? As you are fleeing.
Yeah.
So get yourself as far as you can. You won't get there in time, but I get to go. Unfortunately, I need to know what your athletics DC is, Rector.
My athletics DC.
Yeah, so it'd be your fort DC. Sorry, 4 DC. I'm going to try to throw you into the shadow.
Oh, Fort DC. My fortitude save is 8, so it's an 18, I guess.
Okay. I'm going to reposition you. My athletics gives me a 21, and I'm going to move you to here.
Okay.
Immediately, the shadows start to swarm over you because they're just waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Dick move.
As the moths go.
Okay.
As they start chewing on your clothes, the first thing that happens is your armor is broken.
Jesus. Okay.
That's round 1. My second action, I'm going to attack you to -5. I miss. Sorry, 4. -8. 14 hit you?
Actually, what is armor? What does broken condition on armor do to it?
Broken in general is a broken object can't be used, nor does it grant bonuses. Broken armor grants its item bonus to AC, but gives a status penalty to AC, -1 for light, -2 for medium, -3 for heavy. So whatever your armor is it light, medium, or heavy?
It is medium.
So it's a -2 to your AC, right? As they start chewing holes through it. Does a 14 hit you?
No, it does not.
I slash and still hit your armor, hitting some of the moths and nicking you, but not enough to hit you. That's all 3 of its actions. This one immediately does another 2 action and try to harm. He places the hand and the other hand on him and holds the man's face and starts peeling the flesh off in blood strands off of the other dwarf. He drops. And then I am going to move to here. That is my actions. That takes us to the top of the good guys, or at least sort of good guys. Georgia, your brother is getting chewed up by moths. Yep. And one just ran over and the other one's teetering. He looks like shit. But he's still alive. Mm-hmm. There's a trap that you could try to pull them into if you want to use it, because the trap does damage. What do you want to do?
I have a question.
I'm here for questions. Mostly to say no.
Are either of them wearing any sort of metal armor at all?
No, they are wearing cloth in leather, cloth, and linens.
Beauts. Okay. In that case,
the one fighting you is, the other one is not, because he casts spells. Because he pulled it off his hand.
Okay.
Oh. But they do have metal. They're tight.
Oh, I see.
I'm gonna go ahead, uncork a bottle, and throw it, breaking it on this one right here.
Does that do splash damage?
No, it is tar fire.
Well, what does that do? And roll to hit.
That's gonna be against AC. Explosion of pine tar covers the target before bursting into flames.
All right, give me your roll.
Focus spell. Very cool focus spell.
Ethauntia specific.
That is a 21.
That hits me, not a crit.
Okay, cool. So that is also going to deal persistent.
Don't worry.
Damage.
I'm going to pull them on screen.
Thanks for the light. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're all right. It is light on that 5-foot square.
9.
It does not make light. That is not how that works. 9 points. All right.
Fire wouldn't. Oh, okay. I thought the fire would illuminate.
I mean, it makes that light in that area, but not enough to shove the moths away.
Gotcha.
You said 5 points?
Uh-huh.
All right, there we go. So that one still... I would love to say it's still alive, but I was down to 1 hit point, so it dies.
Yeah.
Between the barrage of fire and everything else, I will move him out of the way. There is 1 left. Any other actions?
Yeah, I am just going to move.
Where would you like to move?
Just a little closer, a little further out of the shadows.
Okay. That takes us to Burke. Burke, buddy, pal, what do you want to do? There's 1 left.
So I'm going to move. First, I'm going to raise my shield in case these guys decide to smack me for moving. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, diagonally here. 4, to flank, and then I will, as my last action, conjure a weapon in my hand. Let's pick my little random button.
See, I'm not the only person who can conjure weapons into my hand.
Nope. There we go.
There's more than one of us.
A hammer-like object appears, made of rough-shod steel.
Okay.
Bring it down on this guy's head.
Okay.
That's a tweener. Let's see. That's 18.
That hits me.
Hey, all right. So doing a whole 7 points of damage, and the hammer crumbles away.
Crumbles?
My shield's raised.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how much did you say it was in total?
7.
All right. I'm still up. Any other actions?
No, I'm done with actions because I raised my shield, moved, and attacked.
All right. Can I get the audience to roll me a d20 for Wilcuff? And that will take us back to the beginning of the round, which is Regder. Regder, what would you like to do? Maria, feel free to move yourself for your actions as well, because you're right after Regder. Regder, you are covered in moths. They have chewed up your armor. It is broken. The guy is lit ablaze, and he falls to the ground burning as a little pyre of fire.
He's going to dive on a diagonal.
Sure.
And move out of the shadow.
Okay.
5, 10, 15.
Okay. Swatting
20.
moths. Getting them off you. When you get out of the light, they do peel off of you like a mass, and they stick back to the wall. Little bits of your armor and stuff. They didn't get to do damage to you. I will tell you that I did 19 points of damage if you would have stayed in there.
Ugh.
With that, you pale away. They follow you along the wall, wanting more. And then, is there any other actions for you?
Yeah, because that was only one to move.
Okay.
I'm going to take my precision damage against this guy again.
Okay.
New round.
Okay.
God damn it. Ethauntia dice. All right, I'm going to use my second patch.
Okay, patch 2.
I'm not taking a 1.
You could.
No. God.
I think it's a great idea.
Does a 16 hit this guy?
It does not.
Rolled an 8 on the die.
He just barely ducks out of the way. Any other actions for you?
Allie, how does that talisman work again?
The hunter's one, or the
Yeah.
potency crystal.
No, the potency
You would have both, yeah. The potency crystal is going to be triggered just when you make an attack with the affixed weapon, but you have to declare it before you roll.
Yes.
That you're using the talisman. And that will basically transform it into a +1 weapon for striking specifically until the end of the turn.
Okay.
+1 to hit, extra die damage.
All right.
Yep.
Not doing that.
Um,
Are you done? There's really no more knowledge you can make on these, so.
I'm gonna roll again and try and hit him again.
All right, yeah, might as well. I don't know how many
Are you going
shots
to
you
use the
Nat
crystal?
20. Nat 20.
You have used no cards, good sir. Would you like a green and a blue to do extra damage?
Yes, please.
All right, we're going to use a medical science, and we're going to use a at a cost. One from Allie, one from Nessie. D4,
That's
D6.
a D4, D6.
It goes D4, D6, D8, D12. Or D10, D12.
Used my precision already. Didn't get it that time, so this is...
So you max the first half, and then roll the
Oh,
six.
nice.
Same as always. Might be dead. I'm pretty fucked up.
3, 2, 6 and 5 is 11 plus 20 or plus.
I'm just gonna zero this out. I had 17 hit points left.
11 plus, oh yeah, I'm rolling 3, 12, 15. No, sorry. 16 plus 11 is 20. 5.
And
Please.
doesn't your gun have fatal? Are you remembering to do that shit?
Oh, right, because I crit, yeah. It does have
all
fatal.
the dice change, and you'd add an extra one.
Yeah, you fucked that all up.
So it's 5 dice you're going to be rolling.
If it's
Did
if it's
you use the
fatal
potency
on it,
crystal?
yeah, because he used potency. No, he didn't use potency crystal. He just crit.
Oh,
No,
never
I
mind.
just crit.
So as you shoot,
But-
blow a hole through him. I would like
Fatal
to.
adds a D10 though, doesn't it?
No, fatal means all the dice turn into 10, and you add a d10.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
really dangerous.
Mhm.
So I rolled a natural 20 to pull Burke into the shadow with me. So thank God you blew a hole through me. Because I was going to try my
Okay.
best. That's your actions. We are in combat rounds only because we have a downed person, if that matters. Maria, how far do you get? You get to there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're running. You hear combat inside. The Hex go. They're dead. One of the dwarves moves to the end of the bridge and goes, "Who's in there?" And Dwarven. And then you can response and call if you want. Call and response. And then it would be George's turn.
Allie, you're muted.
That I am, thank you. I'm gonna run over to our new friend over here, to Wilcuff,
So
and
one
I
action.
will use stabilize.
The spell.
Yes, cantrip.
What does that put me at 0 and stable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, no longer dying.
All right. He is down. He is stable, but he is wounded. You can see his face is missing lines of flesh,
Nobody,
like where the hand was
no.
and peeled off. Wherever the hex are in, he's got a ball of flesh in his hand right now. That puts us out of combat rounds. As Maria, I'm assuming you're going to round the corner to get in. With that, I'm going to zoom out.
Just to clarify, so because I crit with the extra dice, they all change to D10s. And then
Just your weapon dice. Not the dice you got from cards, not sneak attack dice.
Okay.
Your
Okay.
weapon
Okay.
dice. Change.
Got it.
That would
Thank
be we'd be playing 3.0 with the Guerrilla Warfare
That would be
handbook,
insane.
and we're not
Yeah.
doing that.
Because I was gonna say, if that's how it worked, I did 77 points of damage.
No. Look
Okay.
at look. You're not Laura and John Wick. That's not. For those who watched,
You're not
you know.
using an ashtray.
You're not
Yeah.
using
I
a
was
bowling
about to
ball.
say,
Medicine
I'm
ball.
using an actual weapon. Like, of
Yeah,
course you
actual
can.
weapons do way less damage than improv weapons. So as we exit combat, the camera kind of pans back a little bit. All the dwarves follow over to the edge of that wall as well, because they're like, what the fuck is going on? They're going to follow you with the light. They also have a lantern out that's giving off this purple hue. It's enough to keep the moths off as you all follow suit. As you follow, and you're surrounded around Wilcoff, the
Medium.
the medium, thank you, that's the word I was looking for, walks up to him and goes, "Oh no, no, no," and starts like, she has her hands in the air and she's like pushing down right now.
I go to him and I know he's not supposed to eat or drink in front of me, but he's passed out and he doesn't have a say in the matter. I'm gonna feed him one of my.
She puts her
infused-
hand up. No, no, no. He cannot drink in front of you.
Then feed him this, and I give her my infused elixirs of life, and I head
Okay.
out.
Just turn around.
Yeah, you just turn around and turn your
Yeah,
back.
turn around.
She force feeds him the potion. You lucky fuckers. As he pours it in, he starts to breathe, but he's got like deep set scars from the skin that's missing. And he goes, "Did we get him?"
Yes, we got him.
God! That actually happened. Oh no. And he like pulls like the hood up and over out of the underneath of his cloak, and he turns his back to Maria. He's like, and the woman leans in, and Dwarven's like, "You cannot look at her that way. You would look fucking horrible."
He got, unless you want to roll the dice,
No, you can roll him. It's your potion.
he got a total of 10 back.
Okay. He goes, "Can you fix me?" And Dwarven, she goes, "No, you look like you got in a fight with a hook war. I can't fix that. I was barely keeping your spirit in."
May Georgia attempt a medical to try and like stitch some of his face back?
There's no, it's a scar. He would need
Skarsgård?
magical fucking, like, real magical healing. Like, the potion knitted it so it's not bleeding anymore, but he's got, like, deep-set stripes from the hand.
So like
He looks like
skin
an
grafts
Orakai,
are
but you
out.
took the fucking handprint off.
Aw. So no skin grafts.
I tried.
No. The healing helped. It stopped him from bleeding because he was taking bleeding damage. That's why the
Okay.
stabilize, helps. But he goes, and he keeps his head down. Now he's constantly head down, looking at the floor. He goes, we should go, is what he says, like taking a breath. We should head towards the entrance. The one dwarf's like, who's over there? Wilcuff, is that you?
And then I turn, and he's gonna keep his head down, and that's whatever. But I turn to because that's I care, but not enough.
Not
to
much. You're never gonna
stop.
see these people get fuck these people.
Not even that. It's more like Sipple. When I went across, I saw there are 4 deep dwarves, but they seem to be infected. Boils or something. There are 3 undead creatures. They're not like these. They're called festrogs. They are plagued undead who usually fell to a disease. I'm afraid perhaps they may have infected your men. They don't seem to have any weaknesses that I can recall off the top of my head. But I'm afraid perhaps. I mean, it looks like your men have been keeping whatever disease at bay.
She's like, I can treat disease with ointments. But we should tell them to stay on the bridge. Wilcoff goes, and Sylvan, we can walk across the frozen lake. He points across west. He's like, there's a dip where part of the water has fallen down. We could climb up over there fairly easy. It's a part of the riverbank. It's just low. We don't even have to cross the bridge. And he's looking down while he's talking to you.
Is he pointing over here?
No, he's pointing all the way north over here. Not at the bridge. Like walk across the frozen lake.
Right.
In a river and go to here. He's like, it's so frozen, nothing's going to move.
You. I turn to.
I've already been here.
No, it's not. No, I turn to Sipple. I'm like, you are aware that there's a ley line here?
Aye.
All right.
We believe the ley lines are the devices used to close the gate and open the door into the entry. That's our belief, at least. I'm not too worried about the gate now. If, my men and I will go to the bridge to meet our other men, and we'll take care of the illnesses. If you could take my husband with you and look to opening the gate, we'll meet you there momentarily.
All right.
So she walks. She's gonna climb down with the help of the other guys.
And I say, like, there's 3 of these festrogs. 2 of them are bound by your men. 1 of them is hiding and watching.
If it is hiding, then it'll continue to hide. And she climbs up and she's like, men, how are you? And when they walk up, the first one is sick. He keeps his distance. You can see the bridge of like silhouettes of people talking. And the guy who's ill knows he's ill, and he's definitely keeping his distance from him. And she goes, and you hear loudly, illnesses are something we deal with in the below all the time. We'll get you patched up. He goes, no, you won't. He's like, it's not curable. Look at me. And he stabs one of the holes in his arm, and a spirit floats out.
Okay.
Ooh. It's visible. And like once it leaves about, his around him, it disappears. And he goes, it's not.
Oh my
We carry
God.
the people they killed.
Boss would have a field day here.
They're walking like pustule reliquaries.
Yeah. That's crazy.
May I roll an occult to
Are
try and get
you
more?
all climbing down here to go across? Because I would say yes if you are. I'm assuming you collect your trap as well.
Yeah, I would go back and collect that. Also, as gross as it is, search the Herricksons.
The Hexerins have daggers on them, and they do have spell scrolls.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take those and.
There are
Take
3
those.
spell scrolls.
Okay.
I'm assuming you'll identify
Hand
them
those off.
later.
Yeah, I'll hand
Alright.
those to Georgia.
So you walk across. I'm going to delete these since you searched them, since you have the stuff on. The daggers are crude, just regular daggers. They're nothing special. They're wearing cloth and armor, but their skin's really thick like leather. We do have monster parts that we can collect from those, which we'll do at the end of the show, if you're going to take the time to collect from them.
Oh, we got this one story about still.
You would have to carry them back, and they're heavy.
I said we have those moths to worry about still.
Yeah, no, I'll leave those for right now. I'll take the daggers, just I can use them in a trap.
Okay. So you have 3 curved, serrated daggers. And I'm going to mark that the 3 monster parts of the hex are left behind for now, until we know what we're going to do. We can discuss it after the show. As you walk across, and you start getting closer to the other side, I'm assuming is that correct? The team's all going to walk across the ice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will Cuff will lead, so he doesn't have to show his face to Maria. As you climb up and make your way, please get yourself towards the door of the entrance. The walk across is smooth. It is thick ice covered in snow. You do see spots of ash between your passive perceptions from the moth flying over top, but no moving moths here. But under the bridge, there are a few that have hidden from the sun under there that weren't there when you were in ghost form flying through. But not a lot, just some. But that means there will be some that fly out at night. So if you move yourselves all up there, I will take... I know you got to like multiple move to get over there.
Allie, what was that face?
Sorry, I saw something, and it was icky.
What did you see?
Don't worry about it.
Was it the thing on the map that Maria already described?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're
No,
disgusting.
Yeah.
Fucking disgusting.
Eric, as
I
we're
just
walking,
saw the visual though, and I was like,
as we're walking across the river, I'm gonna catch up with Wilcuff and be like,
oh, hold on.
Well,
are you talking to him by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get some bats on screen here. All right, what would you like to ask him?
Oh, I'm not asking him anything. I see his demeanor has changed. He's a little
when you're around
down
he's
about
fine.
this.
When you walk by, he looks right at you. He doesn't give a fuck.
Oh, okay.
He's just following protocol. Superstition, one might say.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at you and it is bad. His eyelid is like mostly missing from the hand touching it.
You look like shit.
Yeah, of course.
But no one's ever going to call you a coward in my presence.
Look, I don't feel well, but I don't feel sick. I definitely need rest, but I want this gate open. This will give hope to the rest of us. And then you hear in the back, behind you on the bridge, 3 times.
Gunshot?
Yep, 3 of them.
How far across the ice are we before that happens?
All the way across when you're at the gate. It sounds like pistol rounds echoing through the riverbed.
Mm-hmm.
He walks with you. He's like, I'll be fine, but we need to get this open. I'll ask nothing of you after this.
in fact, actually be fine.
You want to roll medicine to see if he's going to be fine? Once he
Like,
gets up there and you all climb, you can give me a medicine roll just to be like, can medicine fix this? I'll tell you no. You don't have to roll. Medicine can't fix it. Magic can't.
I think I see it more as like just like medical diagnostic, like health diagnostic to make sure he's not.
He's okay. He's just wounded still. No, it's stopped.
Okay.
It is halted. He's just. You need really good magic to heal this. You would need like regeneration or some form of more powerful magic to recoup the damage that are done. The seams, like where the lines are, have like black edges to them, but it's not moving at all. You know that some form of necromancy or void magic was used. I don't like the word void, by the way. I don't think it determines necromantic magic very well. It's fucking weird. That sounds like space to me.
It does.
It's weird. But like death magic definitely has scarred this man.
Okay.
Let's get the gate open. And then you hear the 3 gunshots.
He immediately turns around with his rifle up.
You see, if I pan back down the map, the Festrogs are still tied up. You do not see 3 of the Duragar. And you see 1, along with the rest of them, moving across. So all 4 of them will make their way up. The 4 Duragar and the husband and wife duo. There are a few of them missing.
Got it. Okay.
Which I wish I could zoom. There we go. A little further. This is a long fucking bridge to move things on. Let me tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
I would kill for a drag select all move.
I was gonna say you can't group them yet.
There's no grouping.
Alchemy has great potential. Achieved it yet.
They sound like Burke.
Oh, I'm so
Wow.
tired.
I'm so tired.
I'm feeling all my 80-some years.
Yeah, right. So they walk up
Take a
and
nap.
they come up with you. The group does. The 4 stay down here to guard. You see that 3 of them stand one dwarven space away from the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's not touch him.
Risk it. Yeah.
And they kind of spread out and guard. When they walk up, they ask the group, they're like, "Do you are any of you good with arcane magics or primal magics?" And she starts walking over to one of the pillars as her husband's talking.
Spoke to Georgia.
Oh my god, the pine is gonna have to save them again.
We never really spoke compensation, did we?
She fucking quick hate glances you. Compensation. Coming from someone who hates poachers, you want to be paid.
I'm gonna need some Lord Fisk and we got
Oh,
cheese.
I'm not talking fiscal compensation, but we'll get into that later. So we're gonna get this open, huh?
She looks to you and goes, "You're opening it with me."
I'm
Well, I'm sure as fuck
going to
not doing it.
Try.
This is my magic, and he holds up his rifle.
Have you ever used ley magic before? Dwarven.
Yes.
All right, child. Then
Today.
let's. He's like, "Yeah, first time today. Fuck. We need to do this together. You need to reach in. I need you to be able to see the line. Once you have it, you have to grasp it and pull it like ringing a bell."
So you just reach in, you grab the line, and you pull.
Yes. Have you ever touched ley magic before? Like actually physically touched it without using spells?
Well, the two really go hand in hand, don't they?
She goes, "I hope you have a few days off." And she goes in to reach and touch it. So you can either use nature or arcane as your check
Okay.
to
Absolutely
find it.
nature.
Do you have detect magic?
I sure do. I was actually just about to ask to pop that off.
You just need to give me a roll. It'll be very easy to find it then. That takes the difficulty from a 25 to a 15.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Yes.
Burke's gonna go over, and while she's doing this, he's gonna kind of lay a hand on her shoulder and say, "It's like, you can do this." And a little ring of orange is gonna show up around his green eyes, and he is going to aid this check with some of his primal power.
Oh,
Nice.
you
I rolled.
son of a bitch.
This is nature.
Nature or arcane. She's using nature though.
Okay, I'm aiding the nature check. I got a 25 to aid, so that's a crit. You get +2.
All right, you need a 15.
Okay. So that means I need a 4 or higher.
Let's
Don't
go for
jinx
that
it.
1, baby. 1.
That is a 17.
All right.
So
You
that is
see
going to
it.
be a 17, 26, 27, 28.
Under the ice, she kind of chips away at it, and you do the same to get into it. You can see a carving in the stone coming down. It's just dwarven architecture to everybody else. But to you, you can see the line that goes up, and it looks like a corded piece of blue, gold, and like purple magic.
Okay.
I unfortunately, to actually use it, you have to make a caster level check for me. So basically, your cast attack, your spell
Okay.
attack roll. Unfortunately, you need an 18 for this.
Okay.
I am successful. She reaches in, grabs it, and looks at you, and she's fucking shaking. And all you see sparks coming off her hand, and you see pieces of fabric slowly floating out and around the head of the Duergar. What do you have there, Georgia?
I rolled a 16, so I'm going to cash in on patch 64.
Okay.
Thank you, Bear.
Need an 18.
Okay.
I need to know what you have because there's a difference between failure and critical failure.
Is this another one I could help with?
It's a caster, it's not a skill.
Well, I'm
not a
trying
skill
to
check.
think if there's anything that can be done because that is the same. That is the same. That is a 7 plus 9 for. Yeah.
Well, I will be willing to give you a Frankhouse dilemma. It's like ley lines and Frankhouse dilemmas. Otherwise, you can try again,
What could
but it's
go
a
wrong?
20.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Frankhouse
haven't-
dilemma, or are you going for
yeah.
the 20? All right. Everyone can hear this one. I am 100% fine with it. So as you reach in, you grab it. It starts like forcing your hands away, and the weaving comes out and starts to wrap around you. You look to your left, and you see that she's been wrapped in it, and it's like wrapping around her arms and embracing her. These all go to wrap, and then they move 90-degree angles and like sharp, almost like hands with needles. I will give you the Frankhouse dilemma, but you are going to be scarred from the ley lines.
Let's go.
Okay. Give me your roll. Do not critically fail. I feel like this could be the end of Georgia.
I got a 10 on the dice for a 19.
That is one over. As you grab it, they puncture your arms and rip into you and help you pull. But you do take damage from it. You take 12 points of damage.
Is that stamina?
It's just damage. Remember, you take stamina first into health.
Okay, perfect.
As it starts pulling and raking on you, like trying to help you do it, but it's sparking. You all can see she's bleeding profusely. Did you get through your stamina? Are you into health?
No.
Oh,
this
you're
is still
not.
Stamina. Yeah.
No blood then, just puncture marks. As you pull on it once with her, you all hear this boom, and it starts to emanate through the valley of bells ringing. She pulls a second time looking at you. It's a 16 for the second pull because you have assistance from the ley line magic. Can you give me your last roll for the show?
All right.
Maybe for the series.
Forever.
No.
Forever.
A fail is 40 points of damage.
26.
Oh, easily. The second time, with all your might, you pull. As you do, the bell rings and the gate starts to like unravel in front of you, like pull apart, sliding. And everyone kneels, who are the Duergar, besides Wilcuff. Wilcuff continues to stand, and the rest of them kneel. As the gate opens, she immediately walks to the front of it and looks in. The bells ring 2 more times, and then I need everyone who's in front of the gate to give me reflex saving throws. No, you're not in front of the gate, Georgia. You're next to there.
Oh, okay. Fuck yeah. Cool.
But anyone in front of the gate, which looks like the only person who isn't, is Burke.
Yep.
I did say I went over and put my hand on George's shoulder, but
Oh, so you'd be next to Georgia. I'm fine with that. You're further away from the harm.
I'm gonna spend the hero point that was given to me.
Okay. It's for all the marbles, everybody.
Nessie's patch is available yet, I think.
Yes.
I got a 20.
I will. I'll take Nessie's patch if they're offering it up.
All right.
That's
Drew has now spent
32.
3 hero points. Kelly, what does Maria get?
I got a 22,
Okay.
which
And
is
you're happy with that? Would you like to just double down at a cost? Would you like a +2 to a save? Because all that happens if you fail is you lose an action next turn.
yeah, that's fine. That'll give me a. What did I say? I was at a 20.
Mm-hmm.
22.
So
So
that's
I'd be
24.
24.
Does anybody else want to add a cost that made their roll?
just to be safe, yes, I will.
Okay, this one is from Kelly, but paying to save. What did
Okay.
you get?
With the +2, I got a 30.
Okay, so 23 is what you need. Failed. Failed. That's a natural one. That guy's fucking dead. Failed.
Jesus.
Failed. Husband? You ever thought that when you brought everyone to your kingdom to finally go home, that the only
No one will be
person
allowed.
that would be left is you?
Is that what just happened?
As I delete all of the Duragar back here,
Wilcoff?
I delete her husband. He critically failed.
Oh,
Wilcuff is going to get rolled by the audience.
No!
I need a
yes.
D20 for Wilcuff. Wilcuff, he's got a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have a plus 12 to my roll. Give me a D20. We need a 23. That means we need at least a 10. Audience, see what you got. She turns around as this cold breath comes
Oh my
out
god.
and freezes everyone. The ones that critically fail shatter into pieces of like thick blood pouring from ice. I got a 3. Fuck.
Can I give Wilcuff
I
a
see.
patch?
No, he can only use superstitions. They can't use hero points traditionally, so they can't use patches and stuff. They're only allowed to use superstitions. I am gonna use a superstition, which is the I cannot look at the look at royalty. I am gonna re-roll. I'm gonna take the second one. What's our second roll?
I see a 10.
10?
I see a 10. I
10.
see a 10.
That's what we
I see
need.
a 10.
When it frost comes out, he turns and goes to jump out of the way, and he barely makes it out. As it freezes his back, his cloak, his feet, she is standing in it, and it whoosh blows around her, and you see 2 blue eyes, then a green, then a purple, then a gold, then a red, as they start floating down the tunnel to the
No.
gate. Separately, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they all come out and circle her, and you see these light-colored waves wash over her. Inside, you see one gigantic eye open, and she gets pulled down the hallway. There's no tendrils. There's no nothing touching her. It looks like a poltergeist took her, and she sails down the hall. And I'm going to cut us there for the evening. So the only person who's alive is Wilcuff and the woman who flew down the hall.
Right.
And I would like all of
We
my cast
think.
members to give me either an arcane roll or an occult roll that can see down the hall right now. Or we can get the lovely check all, I can do everything Maria roll.
Yes.
Since you can't see it, the starting difficulty is a 24. No, sorry, 22 starting difficulty.
I rolled a 15 occultism.
No idea what the fuck it is. Run is the right answer, all caps, double letters.
I rolled a 29.
RRUUNN.
I rolled a 29 esoteric war.
It is said that when an entire group, like an entire kingdom of people are killed, the leftover emotional resonance from it creates something much more worse, like a spiritual aberration.
Cool.
I have a miniature for it, but it's not put together.
Good.
But I do have art for it.
I'm gonna say put it together and then we kill it next episode, easy peasy.
I think run is probably the right thing.
Right.
This is what you see down the hall. But all the eyes are different colors.
Okay.
Do you know what that is? Yeah, that's perfect. I'm not even
We'll
gonna
be
say
right back.
We'll be right back. Thank you for watching, everybody. Wow, that was the perfect time. Todd's like, fuck this.
Oh my god.
Perfect timing. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. We do have a couple of little brief announcements. Right now, I think you said Drew Spoopy Games is at 9 p.m. this week, right?
Yes, Tony has a client at 8, so we're going to start a little bit later at 9. We're playing Lethal Company again. I'm having a lot of fun with this game. It's a blast. So if you want to join me, please show up. Oh, there are bees.
You're going to die. Allie, you have something special this week, though. Special announcement.
Yes.
Jay Georgia survived. Good job opening the gate.
I'm crying.
Yeah.
I'm crying.
Willhouse
over
alive?
on FGP, we're going to be playing some Girl by Moonlight, which is a Forged in the Dark game that is, for all of your magical girl good stuff. So
Just say it. Just say it. Sailor Moon fans. Just say it.
Sailor Moon stuff.
There you go.
Actually, it's more Puella Madoka Magic,
Jesus.
Magica.
Anyway, she's like, let me give you the technical term for it.
Technically.
Different anime.
Excuse me, I'm gonna grab all my mangas and hold it up on screen right now.
I can't do that.
Don't
All
do
my
it.
mangas
Don't
are
do
down
it.
star.
I want you to
Depressing
fall.
magical girls TM.
Yes, I don't want you to fall down the stairs. Go to get them. I will say, can you show your art though? Are you allowed to show your art? It's yours.
I cannot because I'm still working on it and
All right,
not
never mind.
happy with it. And I am on a crunch time and I caught the bug.
I think it looks awesome from what I saw. If it was the stuff you showed me on accident. With that, we will be back tomorrow with Ethauntia, Living Ethauntia. For those who don't know, we have a full party tomorrow. We filled all the slots, but there are still slots open for Saturday at 4 p.m. If you are in our Discord, you can make a character and join us for Living Ethauntia. If you're interested in doing that, just ping me on the Discord and I'll help you get set up. And yeah, that's all I can say. I do have some more stuff coming up, but that's it. We do have some merch coming. We will be back next week. Next week, Monday, everybody, we're going to be doing our Cyberpunk character creation with Adam and Diana. And then on Tuesday, we are short of Kelly, which means we're going back to the darkest house.
God.
I mean,
And you may be
hooray.
wondering, how do I do that in the situation we're in? It's very easy. The darkest house shows up everywhere. Wave bye, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Pew pew. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight for another Ethauntia episode 6, Saving Evil. And they did do that. They saved the one real evil person out of the party, but this coming week we're going to go back into the darkest house. Maybe they can come out a little more twisted. I'm going to be doing this as a flashback as everything flashes before their eyes. We're going to be stepping into the darkest house for a simple 2-hour jaunt. It's going to be some rooms we didn't talk about, as they all have flashbacks of being there with this creature. Good night, everybody. Hey, everybody, we're gonna be over at Secret time. If you are interested in joining us and you have your Secret shirt, check out our Discord. If you have the shirt and I haven't unlocked it for you yet, let me know. We're gonna go talk about how we want to handle next week, along with some of the Streamloot goodness that we have. Night all, and thank you for joining us. And I feel like I'm gonna bring the catchphrase back. What was it? Beware the tides will find you. How did that go? We used to make Alan say it. That's what it was. It's what Todd said. Emotional damage. We'll see you over at Secret time.